proud to serve. And no matter where our family is, we come together for one thing, to help you. CHI Health. Good happens here. Learn more at chihealth.com/good.
It's the all-new Husker mobile app. Free for every
man, woman, and child.
Customize your game day experience. Enable notifications and don't miss a thing.
Touchdown, Nebraska!
Live stats, scores, and video, plus special offers.
Holy moly!
And it's all free.
Oh my goodness!
Listen to every game on the Husker Sports Network and Sports Nightly. Kaboom! The all-new Husker mobile app, presented by Nebraska Crossing Outlets. Don't got it? Get it!
Got it!
Search Huskers in the App Store and Google Play today.
Crowd here at Pinnacle Bank Arena coming to their feet as the Huskers take the floor before this one today.
KDB.TV's coverage of the first home games for the Scottsbluff girls and boys basketball teams this season. Both teams are 3-4, with both teams snapping losing streaks last night with wins at Chadron. Natrona County comes calling today from Casper, Wyoming, with both teams suffering defeats at the hands of rival Casper Kelly Walsh last night. The first loss for the Natrona County Mustangs, the fourth straight loss for the Nakota County Phillies. This game is available live and on demand anywhere in the world by logging on to KDB.TV or on Allo Communications Channel 315 in the Alliance, Bridgeport, Scottsbluff, and Gering markets. Also on Channel 1500 on Mobius Communications in Hemmingford and Crawford, and rural areas of Box Butte, Dawes, and Sioux counties. Turning our attention to the girls' game first, as we'll set the stage for the boys' game in between the doubleheader here. Scottsbluff is led by David Bullish, and as I mentioned earlier, Scottsbluff snapped a 3-game losing streak, all at the Gillette tournament, with their 47-34 win at Chadron last night to improve their record to 3-4. The Natrona County girls are coached by Brian Costello. They've started with 4 straight losses, but only one loss had a margin of double digits, and no one has scored in the 50s against the Phillies. Scottsbluff is led in scoring by a pair of juniors, Yada Garcia at 20.4 points per game and Aubrey Krentz at 11.8 points per game. Garcia is about 300 points from the all-time scoring record for Scottsbluff. Krentz is less than 300 points from the record. And remember, both are juniors. Natrona County has had their struggles offensively so far this year, averaging under 35 points per game, compared to Scottsbluff at 52.3 points. Leading scorers at 6 points per game are Morgan Schwent and Brooklyn Hytrek, followed by Kate Robertson at 5.7. Rebounding leaders are Kiera Twombly at 7.6 and Mackenzie Dunkel at 6.8 rebounds for Scottsbluff, while Kate Robertson is hauling down 9.3 boards per contest for the Phillies. Scottsbluff will play at Alliance next Thursday, with Natrona County also playing at Alliance, but not until January. Starting lineups are next. You're watching KNEB.TV Sports.
Got just a couple of...
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Got just a couple of quick minutes. We'll get a few comments right now from Scottsbluff girls head coach David Bolish. Coach, you get the 47-34 win earlier tonight. Overall, your thoughts on the way the team played?
I thought it was a big offensive third quarter. But in holding them to 34 points, I thought was fair. We put in a tremendous amount of work in practice on the defensive side of things. We saw some unbelievable competition last weekend, and not only myself, but my staff and our team is pretty frustrated with how we perform defensively. And we've really got to improve on that. We talked about commitment to discipline and doing little things well, and I thought we did a better job of that. I thought how we moved was better in the third quarter, more intensity, more pressure, more aggressive. I think in that first half we were kind of like afraid to get beat, which ultimately meant that we were getting beat, and then once we were beat, we were fouling. So that's the antithesis of discipline and focus, commitment to detail. So, it kind of had us shook up a little bit, but it's great to get a win. Unbelievable tough environment to play in. Coach McClain does a great job. He's got 2 young kids and some other older kids that are doing a good job of leading those kids. They compete really, really well. They're doing a great job. We just need to elevate our level of play back to where we were at when we were in Gillette last week.
Held Olivia Reed scoreless tonight, so that's got to make you feel good. You mentioned the third quarter. Aubrey came out hot, hit 3 of her 5 triples early in that third quarter, and that really set the tone and got you going.
Yeah, I think her offense comes from her defense. And she would tell you otherwise. She would probably tell you her defense comes from her offense. But we kind of had a little powwow there at halftime. I was pretty frustrated. They were pretty frustrated, and that's her way of saying sorry. So but she can light it up. She's had an unbelievable career here in this gym. I think it was her freshman year when Chadron had Jaden McCartney. She had three in like 45 seconds. So she's had that mojo here in this gym, and but I thought that really we moved the ball better because we were moving better on the defensive end, which means we had better rebounds, better transition, and then it transpired into a better offense for us.
Quick thoughts there from Scottsbluff's David Bolish. Girls get the win tonight, 47-34, and best of luck tomorrow, your home opener against Natrona County.
Thanks.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you. Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you. Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Welcome back. Chuck Swartz with you on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show. Chris Cottrell had the opportunity to visit with David Bolish last night in Chadron after the win against the Chadron Cardinals. So that was what we had there. Now to take a look at our starting lineups in the ball game. Again, Brian Costello, the coach of Natrona County, the Phillies as they're known. They are 0-4, but everything's been pretty tightly contested this year. Morgan Schwent, a 5'5 senior, averaging 6 points, 3.7 rebounds. Kylie Hildebrand, 5'8 junior, 3.3 points, 2.7 rebounds. Kate Robertson, the 6' junior, 5.7 points and nearly double digits on rebounds, 9.3 plus one block shot on the average per game. Also in the starting lineup will be Sidney Wilson. She's a 5'9 senior, averages a point, an assist, and a steal. Lauren Hinshaw, 5'9 junior, 2.3 points, 3.3 rebounds on the season. For Scottsbluff, they're expected to start this way. Yada Garcia, who has been on a tear lately, she's averaging over 20 points a ball game now, had some tremendous scoring games up at the Gillette tournament. And Scottsbluff, even though going 0-3, in every one of those ball games, in fact leading in the fourth quarter in at least one of them, and ahead at halftime in a couple others. Emma Herman, a 6' junior, averages 1.8 points, 3.2 rebounds. Might mention on Garcia, she averages 7.4 rebounds per ball game. Kira Twombly, 5'9 and a senior, also in the starting lineup, 4.8 points, 7.6 rebounds per game. Aubrey Krentz, the 5'6 junior, 11.8 points, 3 rebounds. Between her and Garcia, barring injury or some unfortunate happenings, they both could break the career scoring record for Scottsbluff High girls in basketball. Mackenzie Dunkel will round out the starting lineup, a 5'9 senior, averages 6.8 points, 6.8 rebounds, 5.6 points on the year. Again, for Natrona County, Schwent, Hildebrand, Robertson, Hinshaw, and Wilson, 2 seniors and 3 juniors. For Scottsbluff, Garcia, Herman, Twombly, Krentz, and Dunkel. Also 2 seniors and 3 juniors. And ironically enough, both teams will average 5'8.5" in their starting lineups. Well, the opening tips coming up. That concludes the Valley Company's pregame show.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Well, our national anthem as we prepare for this one. The starting lineups were brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. Learn more at WNCC.edu. David Bullish and the key to the game, which is brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty on every new vehicle from Team Auto, saying they need to get off to a good, fast start. Natrona County apparently with a very good defense, and Scottsbluff needing to see if they can put some points up. They are averaging 52.3. Natrona County giving up 43.8 in their 4 losses, but only one of those losses has been by a double-digit margin. Otherwise, everything 9 points or less. Natrona County in their visiting black uniforms. They've got the outline in the reddish gold and some orange on there, I guess you would call it. Scottsbluff will be in their home white uniforms. Red numerals, red trim outlined in black. So it'll be easy to identify the two teams today. Scottsbluff breaking their 3-game losing streak last night. Natrona County losing against rival Casper Kelly Walsh, now with a 4-game losing streak. They're 0-4. Wyoming teams start a little bit later than the Nebraska teams do with their season. Football's always a week later, basketball about the same. So the starting lineups being introduced, nobody different from what we were told, I don't believe, in checking them out there. Natrona County will be moving left to right in the first half. Scottsbluff right to left, as David Bullish, as coach of Scottsbluff, giving his charges some last-second instructions, while Natrona County already out there for Coach Brian Costello. Our tip-off is brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees. Don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. We are ready to go. Brian Costello taking the opportunity to say a few words to his team, as David Bullish had kept his team over there until the referee's whistle signaled otherwise. And we are ready to go. And the tip controlled by Natrona County. It's like a zone defense by Scottsbluff to open. Here's the backdoor cut. Hildebrand scores, and Natrona County has the lead. First possession for Scottsbluff. Garcia takes it to the block. Now nearly losing it down below, and a reach foul will be called. So we're only 21 seconds in. And let's see, Tessa Kogener will pick up the foul. Non-shooting, of course. And the inbound comes into pressure. Dunkel banks it. Comes away to Robertson with her first rebound. She's had a bunch of them this year, as we talked about. Natrona County. Here's Kogener. She'll launch. Comes up short. And Scottsbluff has it. Krentz will dribble up herself. Takes it down low. And we are tied as Emma Herman will score. 2-2. Natrona County on the run. Kogener off the back of the iron. Rebound fought for. Robertson has it. Three-pointer won't go for Hildebrand, but again, it's Natrona County clearing the offensive glass. Tied at 2, minute in. Now the ball's knocked away. Scottsbluff comes up with it after the first turnover of the game, and it's obligingly turned right back. Natrona County has it. That'll be traveling, however, as the dribble never got started. Tessa Kogener, the 5'5 junior, snuck in there as another starter that we didn't see. Haley Gibson also. We talked to Coach Brian Costello earlier in the week, and he had given a different starting lineup. Now with the ball, Twombly. Under some pressure, gets rid of it, and it will be over and back against Scottsbluff. So both teams have a couple of turnovers here in the first minute and a half of play. 6:33 on the clock, 2-2 on the scoreboard. Robertson and now Kogener. Bounces the pass to Haley Gibson, a 5'5 junior. Kogener again against the zone. Wilson, high post. Work it off on the side. Robertson can't hit. Garcia rebounds for Scottsbluff. Scottsbluff looking for their first lead of the ball game. Garcia wheels and deals, comes into the paint, dumps it down low on the block. Twombly comes up short, and it'll be Natrona County with it again. Robertson has her third rebound. We're going to have a foul against Aubrey Krentz, and that has been a propensity of her early in the season, getting into some early foul trouble. We're going to see Alicia Lane, a 5'11 freshman, in the ball game for Natrona County, and Brooklyn Hightrack, the 5'8 sophomore, who's averaging half a dozen points. She's tied for the game team high lead, even though she usually comes off the bench. Dangerous pass over the middle. It'll be intercepted. Here's the drive. Dunkel can't hit the layup. Robertson, her fourth rebound. Fast pace. It's knocked out by Scottsbluff. Be an offensive out-of-bounds play. Robertson to trigger it, left side of the board as Natrona County looks at it. Work it to Robertson. The 10-footer bounces around and goes in. Her first two, and it's a 4-2 lead for Natrona County. Garcia across, picked up in a man-to-man defense. High track on her. Now the ball down on the baseline, thrown away. 5:36 on the clock. Full court press by Scottsbluff. Robertson will inbound. It's the ball into Hildebrand and double team, knocked out of bounds. The Phillies of Natrona County will retain possession. Again, Robertson, her pass knocked out of bounds by Garcia, but now it'll be inbounded near the timeline. So Natrona County picks up about 40 feet of real estate there. Hildebrand, doubled in the backcourt, flips it on ahead to Gibson, skip it to Robertson. Robertson, one dribble. Hildebrand, three-pointer, bounces in. She already has a handful of points, averages 3.3 at 7-2, Natrona County. Down low, layup won't go for Krentz, but she'll be fouled and will go to the line. Robertson will pick up her first. That's 2 against Natrona County. Krentz, a 75% free throw shooter, will have a pair coming here. First one trickles in. That breaks a 5-0 run. 7-3, Natrona County with the lead. Krentz hits the second, cuts it to a 3-point lead. And now the ball intercepted. Krentz for the tie. It won't go, however, and Robertson rebounds her 5th already in the ball game. Wow. Press on. Pass comes into the forecourt. High Trek. Get it down low to the freshman Lane. She'll travel with the basketball. Scottsbluff down 7-4. Biggest margin has been 5 at 7-2. We've had one tie. Otherwise, Natrona County's had the lead from the start. Garcia dishes to Krentz. Takes a ball screen, pick and roll. That'll be Dunkel. She'll put it in off glass. First 2 for Mackenzie Dunkel. It's a 1-point game. 4.5 minutes. Nice press break that time by Natrona County. Taking it down low, foul will be called. Koganor had the 2-on-1 right at the end, and the foul will go against Emma Herman. That'll be her first, second against the Lady Bearcats from Scottsbluff. Koganor, a 60% free throw shooter. Puts the first one through cleanly. I'm going to see Sidney Wilson back in. Let's see Haley Gibson also for Natrona County. 8-6, 2-point lead, Natrona County. Second one's off the iron, rebound, knocked around, and coming up with it will be Dunkel of Scottsbluff. Only their 3rd rebound. Aubrey Krentz launches and hits. That's 5. First lead of the ball game for Scottsbluff. And the ball's intercepted by Garcia. A handful of turnovers on Natrona County already. Garcia hesitation move, bounces it on the wing to Herman. She'll miss. And it went off of the score clock behind the backboard, so that'll be a team rebound for Natrona County. Natrona County is going to bring another player in. We'll check here as the press is on, but Koganor will save it, so we'll save the identification here for a bit. Pass intended for Gibson, intercepted by Krentz. Krentz takes it low, and we're going to have a foul. So 7 turnovers on Natrona County. Gibson picks up the foul. Probably prevents a layup for Scottsbluff, however, and it's ruled before a shot, so it'll be inbounded. Twombly looking low. That's Garcia. She's fouled, +1. First points for Garcia. Lane picks up her first personal. So 11-8, Scottsbluff with the lead. Scoreboard or score operator wanting to make sure they had the right foul there. Fourth team foul against Natrona County, 2 against Scottsbluff in the early going. Garcia, who hit 60% from the line, despite averaging +20, misses everything on that one. As Coach Balish said the other day, boy, if she gets it into the 75% range, think of how many points she would have. That goes as a team rebound for Natrona County. We're going to see the freshman Brady Lockemer come in for Scottsbluff, seeing more and more time here in the early part of the season. Press is on. Koganor gets it back to Robertson. Robertson flips to Koganar, and she'll get it across the timeline. Backs off. Knows she's got an open teammate. That was Natalie Yeager. Now on the baseline, it'll be intercepted. Dunkel came up with it. Here's Krentz. She'll launch again from the top, and again bury the three. She's hit a pair of them from there, and all of a sudden 14-8. Natrona County will get to inbound. We're going to see Brooklyn High-Trek back in. So it's been an 8-0 run by Scottsbluff. Press is on, but ball goes to High-Trek. Gets it down low to Lane. She saves it in, but right to Scottsbluff. Scottsbluff leading at 14-8 in the quarter. Krentz, right corner with it. Pass is tipped and intercepted. Fourth turnover against Scottsbluff. Koganar over the middle with it. The ball's deflected, picked up, and the shot will go in for High-Trek. Her first two. The sophomore averaging half a dozen. That breaks the run, and it's 14-10. Scottsbluff. Garcia pick and roll to Dunkel. Gets it to Twombly. She'll miss the layup. And the rebound fought over by Natrona County. And we're going to have a foul against Scottsbluff on the battle for the loose ball. That'll be Lockemer picking up the foul. 2:30 to go, first quarter. Scottsbluff leading at 14-10. We're going to have a timeout by Scottsbluff. It'll be a short one. We'll keep it. Remember, we'll have the second game coming up of this doubleheader. The boys' teams will match up. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. That's 632-7561. Together, we'll go far. Early going of this one, Krentz has 8 of the 14 points for Scottsbluff. Garcia, Herman, and Dunkel, a pair each. For Natrona County, Hildebrand has 5. Robertson and High-Trek have a pair. And 1 for Koganor. Fouls, 4 individuals, 1 each for Natrona County. As play resumes, Robertson will get to inbound closer to the timeline now as Scottsbluff continuing to keep the defensive pressure on. Ball zipped in, thrown very hard. It's free on the court. Picked up by Scottsbluff's Maria Avila, who had just come in the game. And the 10th turnover results in points for Scottsbluff. Now the foul on Twombly. Kira Twombly with her first foul. 4 team fouls on each team. Robertson flips it in. Nice press break. Again, Hildebrand with it. She'll get it over to a wide open Brooklyn High-Trek for her second hoop. Makes it 16-12. Scottsbluff with that 4-point lead again. Their biggest has been 6. Avila with it. The 5'3" freshman. Another freshman, Lockemer. Now Garcia launches and hits the 3. That's her first, the 3rd for Scottsbluff. And we're going to have a foul again as the press getting very aggressive. That'll be Lockemer with her second. About 45 seconds apart on those. See, Herman comes back in the game. See, Twombly is there. Krentz, Garcia, and Avila. Ball comes in to Gibson. She's doubled. Flips it up near the timeline, and here comes High-Trek. The layup with the left hand for her 3rd hoop of the quarter. Garcia drives, forces the shot. Robertson with her 6th rebound of the quarter. Ball tossed into traffic. Natrona County will get it, but traveling will be called. Fortunate to avoid the turnover earlier on that sequence, but then the travel gives it back to Scottsbluff. 19-14. Lady Bearcats by 5. Nearing a minute to go, first quarter. Avila to the free throw line. Garcia with it. Garcia, Avila, three-pointer, off iron. Rebound Herman. Put it on the floor, which is the Cardinals' sin. Avila again. She'll get this one for 2. Her second hoop. She has 4, averages 3.4. Again, ball knocked away by Scottsbluff. They've caused all kinds of problems. We're going to see Natalie Yeager back in, Alicia Lane for Natrona County, and Tessa Koganor. Had 10 different players in the ball game for Natrona County. Ball knocked away. Scramble. Krentz goes sprawling, saves it in. Here's Garcia, wraparound pass to an opposing player. Turnovers both directions and a foul against Scottsbluff as, again, trying to move it up quickly. Gibson got it into the forecourt. Twombly will pick up her second of the quarter with 31.2 seconds to go. 7-point Scottsbluff lead. Robertson in the paint with it. Gets it down low to Lane, and it's knocked away from her. Twombly comes up with it. Krentz launches again. This one's off the back iron. Herman with the rebound for Scottsbluff. And we're going to have a foul called here against Koganor. So she'll have her second. This one coming with 16 seconds to go in the quarter. So Hildebrand comes in. Koganor goes out for Natrona County. Twombly will inbound halfway out into the right corner. Krentz with it. Garcia, 3 from the top, goes in. She has 8, Krentz has 8. 10-point lead for the first time, and the ball knocked out of bounds with 3.7 seconds remaining. Scottsbluff will have time to get a shot off, probably. Natrona County extends the defense. Krentz will have to hurry it to the timeline. Launches, and it's off iron. It would have counted if it had gone, but after one quarter, it's Scottsbluff 24 and Natrona County 14 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Welcome back. Chuck Swartz with you as, again, the Team Auto Center key to the game was a quick start, according to Coach David Bullish, and that has been the case as it was early on, Natrona County 7-2, but after that, 9-8 Scottsbluff. They now lead at 24-14. Scottsbluff with the ball. Avila. Krentz sets up for the 3. This one's too strong. Natrona County with their 10th rebound. Long pass ahead in traffic to High Trek. She'll be fouled. That'll go against Avila and will be her first. High Trek, who has 6 points off the bench, her first free throw attempt goes in. So she leads in scoring with 7. Hildebrand has 5 for Natrona County. Garcia and Krentz have 8 each for Scottsbluff. Makes it 24-15, now 24-16 as that one rattles home. Brooklyn High Trek, the sophomore, with 8. Garcia, slow start, but poured in 8 late in the quarter. Now takes it to the paint and draws the foul. And it's going to be Alicia Lane with her second. So Koganor and Lane have 2 each for Natrona County. Twombly and Lockemer have 2 each for Scottsbluff. Ruled a non-shooting. Twombly will inbound left side. Garcia dribbles in. 15-foot angled left. Comes away to Robertson. She has 7 rebounds in this game already. Averages 9.3. I can see how. High-Trek dishes into the corner. The 3 won't go for Gibson. Rebound taken away by Robertson. Nearly traveled, threw the shot up to avoid the travel, and now Scottsbluff with it. Avila sets up for the 3, but it's long, and the rebound's out of bounds off of Natrona County. Twombly jarred it loose, and then it went off of Robertson, so Scottsbluff has the ball in the offensive end. Lane, with that second foul, comes out for Coach Brian Costello. Twombly, a minute into the quarter, flips it to Avila between the circles. Now Garcia, Twombly. Here comes the drive. Avila misses the layup, and Robertson with her 8th rebound. Pressure on, even on misses. High-Trek to Robertson right near the timeline. Not an over and back. Everybody always yells, but she did not have 3 points established in the forecourt. Gibson starts baseline, reverses the pass. Hildebrand. Now the 15-footer bounces off the iron, the board, the iron again, and Garcia has it for Scottsbluff after Twombly's rebound. Avila. Not really gets a ball screen there, and it's knocked away, but Krentz tracks it down. Now Garcia. Garcia on the baseline, gets the layup. She's already in doubles with 10. The drive, the layup by High-Trek. She's got 10 herself. And that coming off the bench. Garcia with an 8-point lead into the forecourt for Scottsbluff. Avila at the free throw line, bounces to Twombly. Krentz takes the pass, steps into the shot, misses, rebound to High-Trek, and a foul on Krentz. So the rebound, the 12th for Natrona County, and Krentz with her 2nd personal foul. Bonus in effect, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for the Phillies from Natrona County. Chuck Swartz with you on KDB.TV. Like to have you along today. Tell you thanks. Callie Wright, the 5'4 sophomore, comes in for Scottsbluff. Dunkel back in also. Misses, and the rebound cleared out by Dunkel. Dunkel takes it down court herself. Ball fake. Krentz. Krentz on the baseline. 15-footer won't go. Rebound fought for. Saved by Scottsbluff's Callie Wright. Wright with 1.2 rebounds per ball game coming off the bench and a couple of points. Gets the rebound there. Hinshaw picked up the foul there, and the 1-and-1 goes in for Wright, so she has her first point, has a second opportunity. Second one rattles home. So Wright with her first 2 points. 28-18, back to a 10-point lead for Scottsbluff. Traveling will be called as Hinshaw hesitated there, couldn't make up her mind, and dragged the pivot foot. Turnovers mounting. Scottsbluff had 5 in the first quarter. Natrona County had 14. None for Scottsbluff this quarter. Natrona County with their 15th there. Krentz, Twombly, Krentz again. Step back, decided no, goes to Twombly, and the pass is intercepted. Here comes Hildebrand, and she'll be fouled by Garcia. So the turnover on Scottsbluff, Garcia with her first personal. And this will be free throws coming for Hildebrand. A 2 and a 3 so far for Kylie Hildebrand. Gets the free throw. She has half a dozen points in the game now. Nearly double her average. Hightrek comes back in for Natrona County. 4:54 to go. First half. This one bounces off. Dunkel. Krentz. Garcia. High post. Dunkel. Feeds off. Layup. Callie Wright. High post setup worked well for Scottsbluff that time. It'll be a +1. Wright with 4 off the bench. Gibson picks up her second. And Wright misses, but the rebound, Dunkel. Wright, Garcia. Bounces it down low, and it's going to be away from the intended receiver, Callie Wright, for the second turnover in short order. 7 now on Scottsbluff. 4.5 minutes to go. 30-19, intercepted. Wright comes up with it. Garcia now. Garcia drives but can't get the layup to go. And Robertson clears out her 9th rebound. Long pass ahead to Hightrek. She feeds it off. It's knocked away from Hildebrand. Robertson tries the shot, and it goes out of bounds, touched last by Natrona County. So Scottsbluff survived a close-in attempt and has the ball back, still leading it by 11, 30-19. We have a timeout coming here for Natrona County. Timeout with 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go, first half. It's Scottsbluff 30, Natrona County 19 on the West Coast scoreboard.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Welcome back. Chuck Swartz with you following the Natrona County timeout there. 11-point Scottsbluff lead. We're in the second quarter. Garcia getting some pressure near the timeline. Krentz with it. Krentz, Twombly. They'll double down there as Natrona County, good job of defensive effort, and Twombly trips and goes down for the 8th turnover against Scottsbluff. Looks like Koganor wants to report back for the Phillies of Natrona County. Slightly past halfway through the second quarter of play. Scottsbluff with 6 points in the quarter. Natrona County 5. Now 32-19. The drive, the feed, saved back in bounds, and a turnover against Natrona County. Garcia. Dunkel. Twombly. Down to Dunkel, and the ball's knocked out of bounds by Natrona County on a good defensive play. Here comes Lauren Hinshaw back in. Scottsbluff will have it down on the baseline. Garcia, Twombly, now Krentz. The three-pointer is short. However, the rebound to Garcia, she loses the handle. Dunkel picks it up. Wright will save it on the baseline. Scottsbluff retains possession. Krentz didn't take the three, drives, banks it, it won't go. Koganor rebounds for Natrona County. Now it's Garcia. Krentz will end up with it ultimately after the turnover against Natrona County. From the top, it rims around, comes out. And traveling, called against the rebounder, Lauren Hinshaw. She got the rebound, but then the turnover. Looks like we'll see Emma Herman report back in, also Maria Avila. 2:53 to go. 32-19. Biggest lead for Scottsbluff. Inbounding on the left side will be Wright. Dunkel, left-hand shot, hesitates, goes in. She has 4. And traveling against Koganor. Avila will give it to Garcia, and she'll work it up against a man-to-man defense. We're going to have an offensive foul. I believe Dunkel will pick that one up. That's her first. It's also a turnover against Scottsbluff. David Bullish pleading his case and not winning the argument, obviously, on that one. Koganor with it for Natrona County, and we'll have a reach-in foul. That'll be Ida Garcia picking up her second. It's going to be the 10th, so double bonus coming here. 2:25 remaining, first half, first free throw, nothing but net. So 2 out of 3 for Koganor on the afternoon. 2 points in the game. Here comes Hytrek back in. Natalie Yeager comes out. Koganor has it rattle in. Rolled around, hesitated, falls for her third point. 34-21, Scottsbluff. Wright steps into a 3 and gets it. Robertson turns, it goes in. Kate Robertson with her 4th point. But it's 37-23, Scottsbluff. They have the basketball inside 2 minutes to go. Wright providing some offensive spark off the bench here. Avila with it. Avila bounces to Garcia. She'll drive low. Rejected by Robertson. Saved momentarily by Scottsbluff, but then it goes to Natrona County. Twombly and Krentz will report for Scottsbluff with 1:39 remaining in the half. 13 points for Scottsbluff, 9 for Natrona County here in the second. Koganor. 5-second count on, gets it to Hytrek. Hytrek. Gibson ends up with it. Gibson swings one out top. Koganor with the 3-point shot that's partially tipped. And the rebound came away to Haley Gibson and a foul against Twombly. So Twombly will have personal number 3 with 1:14 remaining in the first half. And it'll be 2 shots coming here for Gibson. 4 players had scored in the first quarter for Natrona County. And now 5 have scored in the ball game. Gibson with her first point. One more coming, 37-24, Scottsbluff, 37-25. Gibson with a pair of free throws. Natrona County has made 7 of 8 this quarter. right, wanted the pick and roll. It wasn't there, and we're going to have a jump ball called. And it'll be a turnover against Scottsbluff because the arrow in favor of Natrona County. Minute and 3 seconds remain, first half. 12-point lead. Scottsbluff had a 10-point lead at the end of the quarter. Ball knocked away from Hildebrand. Now Garcia ends up with it. Krentz off the back iron. Right rebounds for Scottsbluff to Garcia. Her three, nothing but net. 13 for Garcia, and it's 40-25. Ball fake, drive, and the shot rolls out. Hard luck shot there for Hytrek. Scottsbluff, Krentz will push it. Gets it down low. Dunkel dribbled into a double team. Foul will be called. And that should be 1-1. Now Henshaw with her second. We've got 9 fouls, so it's a 1-1 for Dunkel. Hasn't shot a free throw. She hits 55% of them on the season as a team. Scottsbluff 61%. Won't go, and Robertson with her 10th rebound. But right at the inbound, good defense by Scottsbluff causes a travel, so Scottsbluff will have it back, leading 40-25 with 15 seconds to go. First half action. Bounce it into Garcia. Finds an opening, lays it in. Got the screen and scores easily, 42-25. Here's Hytrek. Dishes it down low. Henshaw loses the handle, picks it up, loses the handle again. And the buzzer will sound. So at halftime, Scottsbluff putting up 18 in the second quarter against 11 for Natrona County, leads 42-25 on the West Coast scoreboard.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Welcome back. Chuck Swartz with you here at halftime. Scottsbluff girls leading 42-25 against Natrona County. Natrona County led 2-0. It was tied at 2. That's so far our only tie of the ball game. Natrona County jumped out to a 7-2 lead on a 5-0 run, but then Scottsbluff put a run of their own on, and when the smoke cleared, had taken a 9-8 lead for the only lead change we've had in the ball game, but led it 14-8. The quarter, it was 24-14 Scottsbluff, and they've opened up mostly double-digit leads by a pretty healthy margin at times during the second quarter and lead it now by a 42-25 score. Let's look at the scoring in this one. First for Natrona County, and when we look at the numbers, they're brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. For Natrona County, they've been led at halftime by Brooklyn Hightrek with 10 points. She's 2 for 2 at the line. 6 points, Kylie Hildebrand, a 2, a 3, and 1 out of 2 in free throw shooting. 4 points for Kate Robertson, 3 for Tessa Koganor on 3 out of 4 free throwing. Haley Gibson has a pair of free throws for her 2 points, playing but not scoring. Lauren Hinshew, Natalie Yeager, and Alicia Lane. So 8 have played, 5 have scored for Natrona County in the first half. For Scottsbluff, they've been led by Yada Garcia, who continues her hot hand. She's averaging over 20 points a game. She has 15 at halftime. Kind of a slow start, really, for her. She has 3 threes. She's 0 for 1 at the line. 9 points for Callie Wright off the bench, 2 out of 3 in free throwing. 8 for Aubrey Krentz, 2 threes, a pair of free throws on that many attempts. Those were all in the first quarter. Then it's 4 points for Mariah Avila, 4 for Mackenzie Dunkel. Dunkel 0 for 1 in free throwing. 2 for Emma Herman, and playing but not scoring, Kiera Twombly and Brady Lockemer. So 8 have played and 6 have scored in the game for Scottsbluff. We'll look at some of the team stats in comparison when we come back. Again, at halftime, Scottsbluff, 42 points, and Natrona County at 25 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Welcome back at halftime. Scottsbluff girls leading Natrona County 42-25. We'll have the boys game coming up on KNEB.TV as the second part of our doubleheader following the conclusion of this one. Chuck Swartz with you. Thanks for being along with us today. Let's look at the teams in comparison. 8 have played, 5 have scored for Natrona County. 8 played, 6 scored for Scottsbluff. Free throwing, Scottsbluff is 4 out of 7. Natrona County, a blistering 8 out of 10. But speaking of blistering, 3-pointers, Scottsbluff has 6. Garcia with 3, Krentz with 2, Wright with 1. And Natrona County has 1. That's by Hildebrand. 2-pointers, Scottsbluff has 10 of those compared to 7 for Natrona County. Rebounding, Natrona County has 17, 10 of those from Kate Robertson, while 13 for Scottsbluff on the ledger. One of the big differences, turnovers. Scottsbluff has 10, a bit more than most coaches would like at halftime, but Natrona County with 22. Fouls, Natrona County has been called for 9 in the ball game. Lane has 2, Henshaw has 2, Gibson has 2, Coganor has 2, and Robertson has 1. Scottsbluff has been whistled for 12. Twombly in trouble with 3. Krentz has 2. Lockemer has 2. Garcia has 2. 1 each on Avila and Herman and Dunkel for their 12. So those are the teams in comparison. Third quarter will be coming up. Again, it's Scottsbluff 42, Natrona County 25 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
We're ready for the third quarter. We do have a halftime score. Sidney leading Alliance in girls varsity play 21-14. Both of these teams will be scheduled against Alliance here shortly. Scottsbluff next week. Garcia misses a 3 to open play, but Dunkel rebounds and is fouled from behind. The 14th rebound for Scottsbluff. Natrona County has out-rebounded them with 17 so far. Foul will go against Robertson, which is her second of the game. Dunkel has it rim rattle out. Dunkel 0 for 2 at the stripe. Scottsbluff now at 50% as a team, 4 out of 8. Dunkel averages 5.6 points, 55% at the line, and she'll get this one in. So she has 5 points and is 1 out of 3. Ball stolen away. Krentz misses. Rebound. Dunkel again. Dunkel tries the shot, and Robertson will rebound. Turnover does not result in points that time. Hildebrand got it over into the corner to Gibson. She missed, but Gibson will come up with it, but went over and back. So a rebound and a turnover for Natrona County on that possession. Scottsbluff 43. Natrona County 25, half a minute into the third quarter. Garcia, Herman, she'll hit it. Second fielder for Emma Herman. 20-point lead for the first time. Coganor, ball fake, gets the defenders up. Now the ball's deflected. Down low, Garcia can't get the shot in, but it's off of Robertson, out of bounds. Scottsbluff will have the ball back. We're going to see Yeager in for Natrona County as Scottsbluff will inbound on the right side. Pass was a dangerous one. Twombly comes up with it. Garcia steps into the three. It's off the front iron. And rebound, Krentz ends up with it. Herman, a rare three, but it's too strong. And Dunkel saves the rebound. Krentz, she'll miss the three. Garcia has it. Twombly, ball fake. Dishes to Krentz. Here she comes on the drive. Can't get the layup to go. Robertson ends up with the ball for Natrona County. Her pass knocked away, and it'll be traveling as Koganor got it, tripped, and fell down. Scottsbluff with 6:26 remaining third quarter has opened up a 20-point lead. Garcia draws a double team, so Krentz. Garcia jumps it to Krentz again, slings it across to Twombly. Garcia into the paint, her pass deflected. Krentz has it, that's double dribble. She controlled the pass with a dribble and then started the dribble again. So the 11th turnover on Scottsbluff. We're about 2 minutes into the third quarter. Press on again. Koganor whips the pass, it's too strong. And we have turnover number 27 against Natrona County. Scottsbluff at 3-4. Natrona County 0-4. And the ball knocked away, but recovered by Scottsbluff. Now Dunkel, now Twombly. The 15-footer won't go. Herman rebounds. Krentz, Garcia. Krentz, long range three. She has her 11th point. Stolen away. Garcia drives. They're going to call it an offensive foul, an illegal screen. That'll be Twombly, called for her 4th personal. It's a turnover on Scottsbluff, and Natrona County has the ball back. We've got a timeout coming here in the third quarter with 5:35 remaining. Might remind you that you can watch the game today, then relive it tomorrow on the podcast page, kneb.tv, brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gering. And if you're in the Panhandle and want to keep on scores, as we told you a bit ago, Sidney leading Alliance in girls varsity 21-14, you need to download the KNEB Sports app. It's the go-to sports app with the latest news and live scores. Plus, you can watch kneb.tv and listen to KNEB Sports right in the app. Download the Sports app in the Apple or Google Play Store, or go to kneb.com under the Sports tab. Following the timeout, it'll be Natrona County to inbound against the Press, 48-25. Largest lead of the game for Scottsbluff. Robertson to inbound. Doubled in the corner is Hildebrand, and it'll be a tie-up. And it'll be Natrona County holding on to it. So they've got the arrow, no turnover. But again, inbounding now at about three-quarter court. Koganor. Across the timeline, breaks through a double team, and Dunkel steals it. Dunkel lays it in. She has 7 in the game now. Ball's tipped by Scottsbluff. It'll stay with Natrona County. We'll see Maria Avila come in the game now for Scottsbluff. She scored 4 first-half points off the bench. Callie Wright had 9. Robertson with it on the right side. Goes baseline, but cut off. Swings it back out to Koganor. Koganor. Left corner pass and a foul as Krentz went for the interception, bumped into her. That'll be 3 on Aubrey Krentz, 3 minutes into the third quarter. Already Twombly has her 4th for Scottsbluff. She's enjoying an enforced breather on the bench. Nice ball movement. Gibson can't get it to go. Krentz rebounds for Scottsbluff. Garcia. Avila. Garcia again comes into the paint. Drops it to Dunkel. Now to Avila. It's off the iron. And the rebound to Hildebrand. Pass on ahead. Shot saved by Robertson. Now Yeager for 2. So Robertson with her 13th rebound, averaging 9.3 coming in. Easily the leading rebounder in the ball game. Dunkel with it. Dunkel wheels into the paint, tries the drop step, but traveling. We're going to see Callie Wright come in for Scottsbluff. Looks like Heitreck's back in for Natrona County. Also see Gibson. Lane is out there now. Hildebrand stays. Yeager's in. Yeager handling it on the right side. The runner by Heitreck goes in. She has a dozen now in the ball game. 58-29. Big lead for Scottsbluff. They have the basketball. Krentz can't get it to go, but Callie Wright rebounds. Avila. And Yeager hits again. Her first points this half. She has 18 in the game now. 4 threes, 3 twos. She's missed her only free throw. And it's a turnover on Natrona County. I think I said 58, 53-29. Scottsbluff leading it. Wright finds Dunkel, drives on Lane, misses the shot, draws the foul. Alicia Lane, the 5'11 freshman for Natrona County, has her third. First player for the Phillies to pick up 3. Trombley has 4 for Scottsbluff. Krentz has 3. Dunkel has it rim around and go out, struggling at the stripe. She is 1 out of 4, has 1 more coming. Now Lauren Henshaw and Koganar for Natrona County. Dunkel, the 5'9 senior, one of 2 seniors in the starting lineup. Off the front iron, Henshaw rebounds. Lane flips it to Heitreck, fumbled it, got it back, goes to Lane down low, muscles her way in for the shot. It won't go, but she draws the foul. Callie Wright picks up her first. And Lane will go to the line. We had stats before the game last night. At that point, Lane was 1 for 9 in free throwing. Misses the first one there. Don't know if she shot any last night against Kelly Walsh or not. Did not see the box score. And this one misses. Rebound taken off by Henshaw, but can't get the shot to go. Scottsbluff has it back. Garcia whips it to Wright, and in her eagerness to take a shot, fumbles it out of bounds. May have caught that one off the end of her finger as she was wringing her hand. Lane gets it into Koganar. And Natrona County with it across the timeline. Henshaw. Heitreck. The runner. Nice shot by Heitreck again. Leading scorer for Natrona County with 14. Garcia gets it to Avila. Won't go. And Lane rebounds for Natrona County. Ball knocked away from behind by Krentz, but could not catch up to it down on the baseline, so the Phillies in Natrona County hang on to it. Now we're going to see Morgan Mickey, the 5'8 senior, report for Scottsbluff for the first time. Now Emma Foote, another sophomore, she stands 5'6", comes in. Natrona County with it, Koganar. Quick 3 goes in for Hildebrand, her second of the game. She has 9 points in the game now. 53-34. Garcia puts it on the floor, spins, hooks the pass to Wright. Krentz. Garcia tried to advance, backs off. Hanging on to it was Foote over in the corner. Now passes into traffic. It will be saved, but then traveling against Morgan Mickey as she changed pivot feet a couple of times, and Natrona County has the ball with 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining. 53-34, Scottsbluff, late third quarter. Koganor, Gibson. Dump it down low, Robertson. Whistle shrills. Will it be a three-point play? Nope. Foot with the foul. Foul was before the shot. Fourth team foul, so we're not in the 1-and-1 as of yet. Robertson to Hildebrand. Robertson lines up. The 19-footer's off iron. Krentz rebounds. Nearly intercepted, but running out of room was Haley Gibson at the timeline. 1 minute, 23 seconds to go, third quarter. Boys game will follow this one, remember. Hytrek comes back in, the 5'8 sophomore for Natrona County. Krentz baseline. Whips it to Foot, far side. Now Mickey. Garcia to Krentz. Callie Wright. The three's off iron. And the rebound tipped to Robertson, who now has her 14th of the game. 17-footer won't go for Gibson. And we'll have a jump ball. Garcia had it for a moment, tied up at the possession arrow for Scottsbluff, so they'll inbound inside 1 minute to go, third quarter. Garcia will bring it up. Last lead for Natrona County was at 8-6. Three-pointer by Krentz. She has 14 in the game now. 56-34. And out of bounds on the side, another turnover against Natrona County. I have them unofficially at 31. Here's Jamison Howard for Scottsbluff, 5'9 sophomore. Waning seconds, inside half a minute to go, third quarter. Garcia to Howard. And a foul will be called. Hytrek trying to knock it free. Instead, will have her first personal called. Now we'll see Hildebrand back in. She has the only three-pointers made by Natrona County in this game. Has a total of 9 points. Hytrek has 14 to lead. Morgan Mickey loses the handle. And we're going to have a foul against Mickey also. So fouls coming here in the last couple of seconds. Gives it to Natrona County. From the free throw line, shot won't go for Hinshaw. And on the baseline with 0.8 of a second, Natrona County will have the inbound. Basically time to catch and shoot. They don't have to tip it, they have to catch it and shoot. Robertson does, it won't go in. And after 3 quarters, our score is Scottsbluff 56, Natrona County 34 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Welcome back for our fourth quarter of play. Scottsbluff has now scored more points against Natrona County than the Phillies had allowed all season long. It's 56-34. Coganor has it for the Phillies of Natrona County. High post, Lane. Down to Robertson. The little jump hook won't go. Rebound taken off by Lane for 2. Nearing 30 rebounds now for Natrona County in the game. Wright. Howard. She'll swing the pass to Avila. Avila gets it out of the trouble zone to Callie Wright. Tipped away. Scottsbluff will retain possession. Half a minute into the fourth quarter of play. And that's over and back. Avila took the pass too close to the timeline, stepped on it, and the turnover gives Natrona County the ball with 7:25 remaining. Robertson to Coganor. Dumps it to Lane, high post, down low. Robertson, a little jump hook, won't go. Mickey with the rebound for Scottsbluff. Now Jamison Howard can't get it to go. Ball's knocked outside. It'll be out of bounds. It was off of Natrona County, so Scottsbluff has the ball with 7 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. Wright whips the ball in to Avila. Fake the three, gives it to Wright. Down low on the block to Avila. Holton is in. She has it for the first time, Taylon Holton. Wright spins away. Pass down to Emma. Foot was knocked away. Foot saves it. It's going to be knocked off of Haley Gibson. So it will be Scottsbluff halfway out into the right corner to inbound it. That'll be Foot. Wright couldn't advance in. Goes high post with it to Holton. The 5'9" junior gets it to Wright, who backs away. Now Avila. Howard. Wright. Natrona County playing good solid man-to-man here. Ball comes down onto the block. No shot available for Foot. Dishes outside. Wright misses. Lane rebounds. Natrona County with the ball. 2 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Big lead for Scottsbluff and the 32nd turnover against Natrona County. We're going to see Izzy Wright in the game for Scottsbluff for the first time now. Looks like Hytrek's back in for Natrona County. And we will see Quincy Morin for the first time for the Phillies out of Natrona County. Scottsbluff will turn it over. Let's see, here is Olivia Taylor, a 5'6" sophomore. Both coaches getting deep into the bench here. Still 5:50 to go. Clock running with a 56-36 lead for Scottsbluff. Morin, Lane, too strong. Robertson rebounded and missed, but the rebound hustled and fought for. Natrona County has it. 3 up by Natalie Yeager. Saved by Morin. That won't go, and we're going to have a jump ball. So a couple of offensive rebounds there for this Natrona County team, who has done a nice job rebounding. They were averaging 30 coming in. Scottsbluff 33.5. I have Natrona County with 32 and Scottsbluff 27 right now. Here's Avila across. Backdoor cut, but she was late with the throw, and it's turned over. Here comes Hytrek, and Hytrek will have an offensive foul. Drawing the charge was Avila. It's the second foul on Brooklyn High Tech, the 33rd turnover. And Addie Wright, 5'5" sophomore, comes in. We had seen Callie earlier, the 5'4" sophomore for Scottsbluff. So Callie has it right now. We'll have to go with some first names. Callie loses the handle on it. And a jump ball. And Natrona County will get it. So 20th turnover now against Scottsbluff. Pressure on. Paul comes into Marin. She'll get rid of it. A little weave going on here. Sidney Wilson, and it's stolen away. Ball fake, shot off glass, won't go for Izzy Wright. Natrona County has it. Pulling up and hitting his high trek for her 16th point. Didn't get the charge that time as she pulled up, turned it into a soft jumper. Wright. Callie Wright, and it's fumbled away by Taylon Holton out of bounds. Here's Kimber Schallenberger, a 5'9" sophomore for Scottsbluff. Let's see, Addie Wright is still out there. Izzy Wright. Looks like Emma Foote. And we'll have to check. Looks like Avila still. Ball was knocked away by Scottsbluff, and now a foul against Izzy Wright, which will be her first of the game. 56-38. Biggest lead has been 56-29 by Scottsbluff. High Trek will bring it across. Lane. Yeager. Ball right back out to Yeager. Shots off the back iron. Rebounds tipped away, and it's off of Natrona County. Inside 4 minutes to go in the game. Remember, we'll have the boys' game after we wrap this one up and go through the scoring. Emma Foote. Izzy Wright. Foote again. Jumps the pass to Izzy. Izzy trying to get it onto the post, and Natrona County has it after the turnover. Ahead to High Trek, races down, misses the layup, and Lane will be fouled after getting the offensive glass. Alicia Lane will go to the line for 2. She's 0 for 2 in the game right now. Schallenberger picks up the foul for Scottsbluff. Lane averaging 1.7, has 2 in this one. That one bounces off the back iron a couple of times. Jamison Howard's back in. So Lane puts it up, and it trickles out. Schallenberger rebounds. Scottsbluff has it, leading 56-38, 3:20 to go now. Foote. Izzy Wright. Foote again. Nothing developing. She'll go outside to Howard with it. Now Izzy Wright finds the lane, lays it in. Her first 2 of the ball game. 20-point lead, 58-38 inside 3 minutes. One dribble by Morin and an intercepted pass. Here comes Scottsbluff, and tumbling hard will be Izzy Wright. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair. That'll be Hildebrand with her first personal. The Twombly picked up her 4th with 5:35 to go in the third. Hasn't seen action since, but lots of people have come in the ball game now. If I'm correct on this, it's 16 players for Scottsbluff. I think everybody I've got on the scorebook, I'm going to be writing in the margins here pretty soon. Right, missed the first and gets the second one to trundle in. So 59-38. Scottsbluff leading. Natrona County has the ball. Ball's knocked away by Schallenberger, but it's picked up by Lauren Hinshaw. Now Hildebrand. Warren got rid of it in a hurry. Koganor. Yeager. Hildebrand will drive and draw a foul. That'll be Schallenberger's second personal. It is a 1-and-1, so Hildebrand, who is 1 out of 2, has a chance to get into double figures here. She has 9 points, now make it 10. It's the second in doubles for Natrona County. High-Trek with 16. Scottsbluff has Garcia with 18, Krentz with 14. 2:10 remaining, 59-39, and now 59-40. Hildebrand got them both to go. Izzy Wright, the 5'5" sophomore. Jamison Howard, a fellow sophomore. One dribble by Olivia Taylor, who's a sophomore. Gives it to Izzy Wright, who is a sophomore. Now the runner in the paint taken by Howard, and she'll be fouled. Howard to shoot her first 2 free throws of the ball game after Yeager picks up her first personal. Off the front iron, so Howard still scoreless. Still a 19-point game, 59-40. Robertson comes back in. I have her with an unofficial 15 rebounds in the game. This free throw will go in, so Jamison Howard gets her name in the scorebook. 3 won't go. Rebound comes away to Hinshaw. Her shot won't go, and Robertson over the back. And that is only the 7th now. Robertson has 3 personals in the game, but we're down to 1:38, so that's not going to be a factor. And Taylor will be shooting. 5'6" sophomore, no varsity points on the season. Misses, and the rebound to Natrona County. Long 3 by Yeager. She now has a handful of points in the game. 1:20. Izzy Wright. Howard. Taylor. Ball's knocked away. We've got bodies sprawled all over the court. It's a turnover on Scottsbluff. 1:04 remain. $17-point lead. It has been bigger, but Scottsbluff trailed in the first quarter. Got the lead at 9-8, never trailed after that. Here's Hildebrand. Comes up short. Rebound tied up, and a jump ball will be called. And it will be Scottsbluff's ball. So Scottsbluff will get credit for the rebound there. 32 in the game. 36 for Natrona County. 45 seconds to go now. Howard. Taylor. Izzy Wright. Howard again. Takes the ball screen. Pick and roll wasn't there, so Taylor. Now Izzy. Izzy Wright for 3, but it's off the back iron. Hinshaw rebounds. Natrona County has it. Inside 20 seconds. Nice reverse layup by Hildebrand. She has 13 in the game now. Inside 10 seconds. Let's see if Izzy Wright just hangs on. Now Howard. Yep, they'll just take it out near the timeline, and there's the buzzer. So Scottsbluff scored only 4 points in the fourth quarter. A lot of reserves in, but they didn't need to. Natrona County had 11 in the quarter. And our final score with the post-game show coming up is Scottsbluff 60, Natrona County 45 on the Wesco scoreboard.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Welcome back as the Scottsbluff girls go to 4-4 on the year. Natrona County now 0-5 after a 60-45 win by Scottsbluff. That's the most points Natrona County has given up all year. And for Scottsbluff, only the second time they've gotten to the 60-point plateau on the season. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Natrona County scoring in this one. They were led with 16 by Brooklyn Hightrek. The 5'8 sophomore was 2 for 2 at the line. Everything else a 2-pointer. 13 for Kylie Hildebrand. The junior made 2 threes, 3 out of 4 free throws, and a couple of 2-pointers to also be in double digits. Then it's 5 points for Natalie Yeager, a 2 and a 3. 4 points for Kate Robertson. Robertson, a couple of 2-pointers. 3 points for Tessa Koganor on 3 for 4 free throw shooting. 2 for Haley Gibson. She was 2 for 2 at the line. Alicia Lane with 2. She missed all 4 of her free throw attempts in the game. Playing but not scoring, Quincy Morin, Sidney Wilson, Lauren Henshaw. So 10 played and 7 scored in the game for the Natrona County Phillies. Looking at Scottsbluff now. Leading scorer with 18 points, Yada Garcia. 15 of those were in the first half. She had 4 threes. She missed her only free throw attempt in the game. 14 for Aubrey Krentz. She hit 4 threes and 2 for 2 at the line. 7 points it is for Mackenzie Dunkel. She was 1 for 4 at the stripe. 9 for Callie Wright. Wright 2 out of 3 at the line with a 3-point bucket. Then it's 4 points for Mariah Avila, 4 for Emma Herman. 1 point for Jamison Howard. She was 1 for 2 in free throwing. Playing but not scoring, and there were 8 of them. Taylon Holton, Morgan Mickey, Addie Wright, Kira Twombly, Olivia Taylor, who was 0 for 2 at the line, Emma Foote, Brady Lockemer, and Kimber Schallenberger. So 16 played and 8 scored in the game for Scottsbluff. We'll look at the teams in comparison when we come back. Again, the final was the Scottsbluff girls 60 and Natrona County 45.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Welcome back to the Runza post-game show. Chuck Swartz with you. We've looked at the scoring in this one for the individuals and gone through those numbers. Nobody fouled out, by the way. Twombly ended up with 4 for Scottsbluff. Krentz had 3. Nobody else with more than 2. For Natrona County, Lane had 3. Hytrek had 2. Henshaw had 2. Robertson had 2. And Koganor had 2. Looking at them in comparison, 10 played, 7 scored for Natrona County. 16 played, 8 scored for Scottsbluff. Scottsbluff only 7 out of 16 in free throwing, while Natrona County was 10 out of 16. In three-pointers, Scottsbluff had 9 of them. Natrona County had 3, 4 each for Garcia and Krentz in the game, and 2 for Hildebrand for Natrona County. Both teams had 13 deuces. Rebounds, Natrona County a 37-32 advantage. Turnovers, neither team a real good floor game there, but a lot of subs came in late in the games, and that was part of it. 23 on Scottsbluff, 35 turnovers against Natrona County. Fouls, Scottsbluff whistled 20 times, and Natrona County 16 in the ball game. Our player of the game is brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. And Yada Garcia and Aubrey Krentz get player of the game quite a bit because of their leading scoring today. We're going to go with Callie Wright off the bench. The sophomore had 9 all in the second quarter and is our player of the game. Remember, we're in the logo broadcast booth. Stop into Logos. The guys will custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. There's no job too big or small for Logos in downtown Gering. Well, the first game of 2 is out of the way here as Scottsbluff ends up winning on the girls' side to go 4-4, while Natrona County falls to 0-5 on the year. Got the boys' game coming up, so we'll go right now from the Runza post-game show on the girls and turn around and get ready with the Platte Valley Company's pregame show. Hope you can stick around for the second game on KDB.TV. If not, thanks for being along. Chuck Swartz wishing you a good afternoon, reminding you the final in this one was Scottsbluff 60 and Natrona County 45.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you. Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you. Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Welcome back to the Platte Valley Company's pregame show for our second game of the doubleheader today, featuring the Mustangs of Natrona County and the Bearcats of Scottsbluff. Chuck Swartz with you. Hope you were here for the first game, won by the Scottsbluff girls 60-45. Scottsbluff boys snapped a 4-game losing streak last night with a 57-33 win at Chadron to improve their record to 3-4. The Bearcats are coached by Scott Gullion in his third season. Natrona County had their season-opening 3-game win streak snapped by Casper Kelly Walsh last night, 67-54. They're now 3-1 on the year. The Mustangs are coached by Sean Gillum. Rebounding has been a problem for the Bearcats, at least compared to the Mustangs in the early going. Scottsbluff's averaging about 2 dozen per game. Natrona County is snagging 41. Leading scorers for Scottsbluff are a pair of familiar names, Connor McCracken at 14.2 and Josiah Dielos at 13.3. Natrona County is paced by Cooper Quigg at 15 points per game and Ryan Sorensen at 10.7, as each team boasts 2 double-figure scores. Scottsbluff's hitting 80% of their free throws, but that's mainly a case of the right guys are going to the line. 4 Bearcats are at 90% or more, with the rest of the team in the 50 to 60% range. Natrona County's averaging only 55% at the stripe, with a trio in the 60 to 65% range. One of Natrona County's players will miss the game. Carson Johnson, I understand, is in Las Vegas for the National Finals High School Rodeo. Rebounding leaders are Sebastian Harsh at 5 per game for Scottsbluff. Jet George and Jordan Bertinoli are at 7.7 and 6.7 rebounds respectively for Natrona County. Both teams are shooting better than 50% from the floor on 2-point attempts, but Natrona County's hitting a third of their threes, while Scottsbluff's connecting on a quarter of their attempts. In the past, Scottsbluff has relied on good shooting from outside the arc, but that might not prove to be the case this season. Scottsbluff will be at Alliance next Thursday, while Natrona County doesn't play again until early January against Lander Valley. We'll have our interview coming up that Chris Cottrell conducted with Scott Gullion last night following the Chadron game, and then we'll have our starting lineups. Thanks for watching KNEB.TV Sports.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Time to visit with Scottsbluff head man Scott Gullion. Coach, we were chatting real quick before we came back from commercial. A lot of things looked a lot better tonight, and that's got a smile on your face.
Yeah, I thought we played. We cleaned up some things and things that we were working on in practice. The guys came and played and did what was asked of them. And I'm just really proud of the way they responded after a tough weekend and a tough little stretch. I told them adversity only makes you better, and they responded tonight.
Conditioning can lead to poor footwork. It looks like a lot of that got cleaned up when you improve your footwork and your ability to move on the defensive end. A lot of the fouls get cleaned up. So taking care of one thing leads to taking care of another, and then another. It's almost like a domino effect.
Yeah, definitely. And when you're in better position, it makes things look better. And when you just move your feet and get places, defense looks a lot better. But I thought we came out and really pressured the ball well, I thought. Got the momentum going in our way pretty early, and they got back into it, and our guys responded.
Also helps when Connor's knocking down shots and putting the ball in the hole. Got him for 26, got him for 6 made three-point field goals, and you're going to need that element from behind the arc at times this year. It was good to see that tonight.
Yeah, he shot the ball with confidence. He was aggressive but under control. And he was letting it fly, and he has 26, and
plus I saw about 3 of them that were halfway down.
He hit 6 threes, and there's 3 more that are in and out.
Yeah,
and they're partway down and just look good. And he told me at the end of the game, he told me he hated that rim on that end because it did 3 of them in and out.
2 other guys I want to do here. I'm guessing, I noticed it at times. A lot of other times I'm not looking exactly at him, but Sebastian did a great job on Heusman once again. Held Cooper to 4 points, really up in his grill all night long. Very few looks at the rim.
Yeah, we did a great job on him. He gets going from the 3-point line primarily, and we talked about taking the 3-point shot away from him, and we made him put it on the floor, and he made a couple good drives, but it's not just Sebastian, Jack, I think Josiah guarded him at times. Chance had to switch onto him, and I thought did a really good job when he ended up switching onto him. So overall, it's just a team effort on defense.
Another guy that's really starting to show out defensively, and it's not going to show up in the box score. He had 3 points, but that's Quentin Scott. Defending off the bench, deflections, tips, leading to turnovers, leading to runouts the other direction. He's one of those kind of quiet kids that's really getting it done for you right now.
Yeah, Q's doing a great job for us. Comes in, knocks down a shot. He doesn't try to do too much offensively. for the most part, he's in the right position on defense, and he's kind of sneaky. He's kind of sneaky. He's a little bit more athletic than you might think he is, and all of a sudden he's shooting a gap or just reading a play the right way and getting his hand on a ball, and that's been huge for us.
So tomorrow, as we move on from tonight to tomorrow, finally get to play on your home floor. Casper Natrona County coming in. What do you know about them?
I know they're a good basketball team. They're 3-0, so they're going to press, and they look athletic and kind of like football guys. A couple of them, they play hard. They try to force turnovers, and so if we can eliminate turnovers from us, we should be just fine.
There you have it. Victoria's head coach tonight, Scott Gullion. The Cats break the 4-game losing streak, back in the win column, get to 3-4, try to get back to 500 with a home game tomorrow against Natrona County. Coach, congrats on the win. Have a safe trip home. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Chris.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Pre-game show. Our key to the game is brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty on every new vehicle from Team Auto. Coach Scott Gullion saying his team really needs to play some good defense against a Natrona County team that is 3-1, losing their first game to rival Casper Kelly Walsh last night. So that's our key to the game. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. Learn more at WNCC.edu. In the girls' game, 60-45, Scottsbluff. They are now 4-4 on the year, and Natrona County falls to 0-4. So the Scottsbluff boys looking to even their record, a spot they haven't been in for a while. But this year, a younger team, a different team, not the outside shooting teams like they've had in the past. So we'll get the official introduction of our starting lineups coming up now, so we will make sure we've got everybody the same on that page. Cooper Quigg, the junior, comes out for Natrona County. We don't have heights on some of the players for the rosters here, but Jordan Bertonoli is a 6'4" senior. Quigg probably about 6 foot as a junior. Here's Wilsk Jackson, junior. He averages 2.3. Bertonoli averaged 13. Jet George, 5'10" senior, averaging 8.7. And Ryan Sorensen, junior, averaging 10.7 points for the Natrona County Mustangs. And now for Scottsbluff, Sebastian Harsh, the 6'4" junior. He averages 4.2 points, 5 rebounds. Josiah Diolos, 6' junior, 13.3 points, 2.7 rebounds. Connor McCracken, 6'4" senior, 14.2 points, 3.5 rebounds. Jack Darnell, the 6'1" junior, averaging 2 points, 2.2 rebounds. And Chance Parker, a 6'6" junior, 4.8 points, 4.5 rebounds. Again for Natrona County, Quigg, Bertonoli, Jackson, George, and there are 2 Georges, Jace the sophomore, Jet the starter is a senior, and Sorensen. Scottsbluff, Harsh, Diolos, McCracken, Darnell, and Parker. 2 seniors, 3 juniors start for Natrona County, 1 senior, 4 juniors for Scottsbluff. Again, we don't have all the heights of the starters for Natrona County. We can't give you an average there, but Scottsbluff will average 6 feet 3 inches for their starters. Scottsbluff in the white home, red numerals outlined in black. Natrona County with Jordan Bertinoli, the 6'4 senior, jumping. They're in the orange with the white numerals, black trim. Scottsbluff has it. Josiah Diolos picked up the dribble. Now he needs some help. He'll get it to McCracken a long way from the hoop. McCracken swings it. Darnell. Diolos will force the 15-footer and hit it. Kind of off of an awkward dribble there, but scores, and it's 2-0. Here's Natrona County, their first possession. Ball will be doubled in the corner. Pass is knocked away, saved in bounds. Darnell saved it. First turnover against Natrona County. Diolos handles it. Now crosses over near side. McCracken. McCracken dishes to Darnell. He'll come on the reverse layup and score. So Darnell makes it 4-0. Get it off on the wing, Sorensen. And the whistle, the first of the ball game, indicates a foul on Scottsbluff. That'll be McCracken. Minute and a second into the ball game. And that means 2 shots coming here for Ryan Sorensen. First one trickles away. Score remains 4-0 Scottsbluff. We're in the early going on this one. Our tip-off was brought to you by Papa Murphy's. Second shot will go for Sorensen, so 4-1 now. Press on, Diolos to McCracken. McCracken across easily, jumps the pass back to Diolos. Man-to-man by Natrona County. Harsh, Darnell will drive again. Reverse layup won't go. Rebound taken off by Parker, and we're going to have double dribble. I thought so. It was a delayed call. Parker had the rebound, but then he double dribbled. So each team with the turnover. Scottsbluff will also put a counter press on. Bertinoli, it's intercepted. Darnell. Diolos. Diolos wheels and deals, lays it in. His 4th point. 6-1 Scottsbluff. Now the jump pass, intercepted again. Jet George jumped on a pass. That meant he had nothing left. Diolos off glass, gets it to fall. He has 6 of the 8, 8-1. And we're going to have a quick timeout by Natrona County. Sean Gillum doesn't like the 8-1 start. Could be a little bit of a hangover from that loss to Casper Kelly Walsh in last night's ball game. Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit offers regularly scheduled accessible bus service serving communities between Alliance and Scottsbluff Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and 21 Panhandle communities on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Reservations are required. Visit panhandletrails.com or call 761-TRIP. 8-1, Scottsbluff on top. 2 individuals have scored. Diolos with 6, Darnell with 2, and 1, of course, for Natrona County, and that's Sorensen with the free throw. Natrona County has it following the timeout. Jet George handling it through the center jump circle. Here's the drive. Good quick step to the hoop, but the layup won't go for Quigg. Scottsbluff rebounds. Diolos flips the pass near side. That'll be off of McCracken for the second turnover on Scottsbluff. Natrona County with 3 in the early going. 8-1, our score remains. That's what we were after the timeout. Jackson handling it for the Mustangs of Natrona County. Man-to-man by Scottsbluff. Now they'll try and double on the ball. Ball comes to Bertinoli. He flips it down low, and it was fumbled for a moment by Jet George, and that cost him a layup, but he was fouled. He'll go to the line as Sebastian Harsh has the foul. So George will shoot his first free throws of the contest. 50% free throw shooter on the year. He's 8.7 points per game. Still 8-1, 2.5 minutes into the ball game. Perfect free throw by George to get his name in the score column. One more coming for the 5'10 senior. And he gets them both in very cleanly, and it's an 8-3 game. Pressure by Natrona County again. DeHolos will bring it against Jackson. Flips it to McCracken in the forecourt. Now Harsh. Out to Diolos. McCracken again. McCracken out near the timeline. Has it knocked away. Still a scramble for it. McCracken with it makes a dangerous pass. Here's Natrona County with it following the third turnover. Bertinoli into the corner. George, the three, rim rattles out. McCracken rebounds for Scottsbluff. Inside 5 minutes to go, first quarter. 8-3, Scottsbluff. Darnell to Harsh. Harsh to McCracken. He'll launch a three-pointer, but it rims out, and we'll have a rebounding foul. They're going to say on the floor, Parker trying to get position was fouled by Bertinoli. All fours on the time clock right now. 4:44. Dante Wallace, 5'10 junior, reports for Natrona. McCracken to Harsh. Pass down to McCracken on the baseline. Wasn't the most advantageous pass for him, but he was fouled. So the foul goes against Quigg, which is his first. Second against Natrona County. They come 3 seconds apart. And McCracken lobs in. Harsh. McCracken finds an opening into the paint and loses the handle on it. Here's Natrona County. George on the layup. 4 points for George. It's 8-5. Natrona County scoring the last 4 points of the ball game. Diolos. Darnell. Harsh, he'll take a three and hit it. Harsh hitting only 11% of his three-pointers. Gets that one to go. Ball knocked out by Scottsbluff. So 11-5, Scottsbluff. About half of the quarter to go here. Our opening stanza. Scottsbluff will be in a man-to-man defense. George goes to his safety valve, Sorensen. Sorensen gets rid of it to Wallace, the first sub that Natrona County used in the game. Sorensen again. Quigg puts up a 15-footer under some pressure. Darnell rebounds. Nearly thrown away. It was thrown away. Scottsbluff, 5 turnovers nearly going. Natrona County with 3 of their own. Here's Harold Baez, the 6'2 senior, coming off the bench. He's given the Bearcats some quality minutes here. We'll see if it happens again, as they've been rather lackluster with the handling of the ball. Sorensen. He feeds low, and it was thrown away, trying to get it to Ben Hoppins, who had just come in for Natrona County. Led him too much to the baseline, and the ball will be inbounded by Harsh against the press. Darnell, the 6'1 junior, gives it to Diolos. Diolos, Darnell. Darnell takes it strong, loses the handle on it. Now they're going to say it was touched defensively, so the baseline official was ready to signal turnover, but the other official trailing said it had been touched by Natrona County. Here's Isaac Spear, a 6'4 sophomore, coming off the bench for Natrona County. He's averaging 3.7, along with 3.3 rebounds. Darnell, Harsh, feed low, Diolos reverse layup. He has 8. It's 13-5, that's the margin. Quigg loses it, gets it back. Spear with it. Cross courts it. George drives and hits. Strong move, and Jet George has half a dozen. Diolos will have double team coming, so he gets it to Darnell in the forecourt. In the corner, Baez misses. George rebounds. And quickly at the other end, easy layup for Wallace. Inside 3 minutes to go now, 13-9. Baez ahead to Harsh. He'll try another three and hit it again. I mentioned he was hitting 11% of his threes. 16-9, Scottsbluff. 2.5 minutes, clock running. Ball comes to Quigg. His pass through the middle too strong, but Natrona County has it. Three-pointer comes off iron, and we're going to have a push foul. I believe this one will go on Hoppins. Ben Hoppins, the sophomore, picks up his first for Natrona County. It will allow the press. We are going to see Sorensen and Jackson back in for Natrona County. Some fresh bodies out there. They've played 8 so far. Scottsbluff's played 6. Ball's bounced around. It goes off the backboard, near turnover, but Diolos has it. He'll take it up the side, and we'll have a foul. Wilson Jackson's going to pick this one up. He'll have his first. That is 4 against Natrona County. Scottsbluff's been whistled for 3, I believe. Here's Diolos. McCracken, who is scoreless so far in the game. He'll run into contact before the shot, so it'll be an inbound. No free throws coming, but Scottsbluff will have it as Wallace picks up his first for Natrona County. McCracken left side. McCracken faked, now steps back. Dawson Moore in the game, 6'1 sophomore. Diolos posted low, fade away from 10, won't go. Harsh has it, he'll put it up and draw the foul. Harsh, who is the starting quarterback on the state runner-up football team, will go to the line as Bertinoli will have his second of the first quarter. Harsh, a 50% free throw shooter, seemingly on fire tonight. 2 for 2 on threes, 1 for 1 on free throws. Looks like Quigg and George back in for Natrona County. We also have Spear out there, Sorensen, and Jackson. And Harsh hits again. He's got 8 in the first quarter. 18-9, Scottsbluff. Minute 46. Natrona County handling it. George across, dribbles through a double team, now loses the handle, but gets it back and makes a bad pass. McCracken anticipated it well, and he'll put it down. 5th turnover, the 20th point now for Scottsbluff. Jackson. Quigg. Ball screen, doesn't take the shot, gives it back to Jackson, out to George. George to Quigg, and he'll bury a three-pointer, his first points. 20-12 Scottsbluff as we near the 1 minute mark. Pass is a dangerous one. McCracken has it. McCracken. Baez open for 3 and it spins out. Diolos finishes up. He has 10-point lead. Jackson. Spear. Jackson. Dishes into the corner, wide open. George can't get the 3 to go, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. Jackson trying to keep it alive, inadvertently tipped it away from his teammate, and the Bearcats have it. 40.9 seconds. Moore gets it inbounds. The 6'1 sophomore takes it back from Diolos. Left-handed dribble. Working one-on-one against George. Now Baez. Diolos inside half a minute. Skip it to Moore. He'll launch a long 2 that's over the top. Here comes Natrona County. Long pass is fumbled away, and we'll have the 6th turnover against Natrona County. 17.8 seconds. Press will be on by Natrona County, so Moore to inbound it. Diolos. Ten seconds to go now. McCracken, quick first step, goes strong to the hoop, draws the foul. That'll go against George. The 5'10 senior will have his first. So McCracken will be shooting because the bonus is in effect. His first one goes in. He's hitting 90% on the season. We'll see Darnell come back. Diolos will take a breather. You might ask, why do you take somebody out with 5.4 seconds? Well, it might take 10, 15 seconds to actually complete this. Then you have the minute during the timeout for the quarter break also. McCracken hits again. Here's Jackson behind the back. He'll put it into the corner. Shot will count if it goes, but no, by Cooper Quigg. And after a quarter, our score is Scottsbluff 24, Natrona County 12 on the West Coast scoreboard.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Chuck Swartz with you on KDB.TV. Thanks for being along today. After a quarter, Scottsbluff boys lead 24-12 on Natrona County. Each team has had 4 players score. Sorensen will inbound it for the Mustangs of Natrona County. George, Jackson, double, pass comes in the middle and it's an interception. Driving down, McCracken has it turned over on him. So both teams with turnovers. Long pass ahead, and Baez stuffs George. It'll be out of bounds off Scottsbluff, but George losing what looked like a pretty open layup early on. George has 6 points for Natrona County. Ball comes into the middle. Here's the drive, the drop step. Nice move by Sorensen for his first fielder. 24-14. Moore across against Jackson. Baez, top of the circle. Here's McCracken. He'll find an opening. Shot won't go. And Bertinoli with the rebound and a foul on Scottsbluff. This will go on Chance Parker. Parker didn't hear much from him in the first quarter for Scottsbluff. He averages 4.8 points, but 4.5 rebounds. Here's Natrona County with it again, down 10 now. A 2-0 advantage for them early in the second quarter. Quigg, Sorensen, Jackson, Bertinoli, drop step, takes it to the hoop, draws the foul. He will shoot a pair of free throws here. Watching in warm-ups, he was really strong to the hoop. He really takes it quickly and draws some fouls, so he'll shoot 2 here. That foul was on Dawson Moore, by the way. First free throw does not go for Bertinoli, I should say. Now Diolos comes in, McCracken out. So Diolos got about, in real time, a 3 or 4 minute rest there. And now McCracken will come out to take a breather as Coach Scott Gullion tries to rotate some players in. He has played 7. Natrona County has played 8 so far in the game. Now the official being called over to the scorebook for a moment. Not sure if they had a number perhaps entered wrong, or at least the question of it. Bertinoli, the 6'4 senior, averaging 13, misses a pair. Parker with the rebound for Scottsbluff. Diolos against Jackson. Bounces it off to Darnell. His pass into the corner deflected. Moore had it. Gets it to Parker. He'll lay it in. Nice ball movement. 26-14. A minute and a half into the second quarter of play. Scottsbluff leading. George reverses it. Quigg from downtown off the back iron. Sorensen rebounds for Natrona County. Now it's taken away. Get it to Moore. He steps back, launches the three, and hits it. His first points. Become the sixth players to score. Another turnover on Natrona County. Diolos takes it to the rack, draws the foul. He can't get the shot to go, but he will go to the line as Wilkes Jackson picks up his second personal. Right now, Scottsbluff winning the race on the turnovers. They have 6, but Natrona County has 9 in the ball game. Diolos already in doubles with 10. They were all in the first quarter. Now 11 points. Harsh will come in. Hoppins comes in for Natrona County. Let's see, Wallace is out there again. Sorensen, George, Quigg. And Diolos hits again. He's hitting 91% on the season from the stripe. 31-14, inside 6 minutes to go. The drive, the layup, and a bucket. Parker will pick up the foul, has a chance at a three-point play for Quigg. Quigg with a handful of points. He hit a 3 in that first quarter. Parker will have his second personal. They come about a minute and 20 seconds apart, so we'll see Quentin Scott in the game for Scottsbluff now. The 6-foot junior averaging 2.7 points. Quigg completes the three-point play. So 31-17, Moore takes the pass. He'll give it to Diolos, and Diolos races up court. Darnell on the baseline was cut off, so now gets it down low to Harsh. It's knocked away. Good hustle. Natrona County causes the turnover. Jackson with it. Quigg from the corner. He had a foot on the line. It was a 2. So he has 8, 5 of them coming here in very short order in this second quarter of play. And the ball nearly turned over again. Darnell does turn it over. Well, nope, it went out of bounds. Spear had it momentarily, but lost the handle on it. 12-point lead for Scottsbluff. They've got it. Diolos into the paint, pulls up, misses the shot. Hoppins rebounds. Natrona County long pass ahead, and Quentin Scott grabs it but could not get a dribble going, so ball just stays with Natrona County. We're going to have a timeout taken by Scott Gullion and Scottsbluff here, as I think the pace starting to get a bit much for what the coach was expecting out of his team here. He does not want to get into a running attack with Natrona County. This team 3-1 on the season. You know, you can watch the game today, relive it tomorrow on the podcast page, KNED.TV, brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gering. Chuck Swartz with you in the Logos broadcast booth. Stop into Logos. The guys will custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. No job too big or small for Logos. They're located in downtown Gering. Timeout taken. Each team has had one now, so 4 left. And it will be Natrona County with the ball. Quigg will inbound far side. Out near the timeline, George will set the offense. Wallace. Now it's taken away. Moore comes up with it. 10 turnovers against Natrona County. Kick it into the corner. Scott, high arching 3. 4 threes by Scottsbluff here in the quarter. And now we're going to have foul. That'll go against Spear after that turnover that happened quickly. Spear with his first personal. And the free throw will go in for Darnell. 3 points for him. He's hitting 2/3 of his free throws on the season. Baez comes back in. I mentioned earlier, Scottsbluff hitting 80% of the team, but they have 4 players hitting 90% or more, and they've taken a lot of the free throws this year. Darnell hits them both. So 36-19. Scottsbluff leading. They're on defense. Quigg. Now Bertinoli. He'll launch a 3 and hit it. Bertinoli with his first points of the game. Gives him an added dimension if he can make you come out to cover him with his driving ability. Diolos comes right down the middle. The reverse layup won't go. It's tipped up. It won't go. Diolos gets it back. He stepped in bounds, established position. He'll try a 3. It won't go, and the rebound taken by Natrona County. Quigg pushes him up court. Well, Bertinoli will try it again. This one comes up short. And Diolos races down court after the rebound, puts it up and in. That's 14 for Diolos to lead all scorers. Sorensen down to Bertinoli. Bertinoli into the paint. The little jump hook won't go, but the rebound taken off momentarily by Spear. It's knocked out of bounds by Scottsbluff. Couple of subs. George and Jackson come in for Natrona County now. And George will be the inbounder, left side of the glass. From the corner, it rims out. Harsh rebounds for Scottsbluff. Inside 3.5 minutes to go. Baez lost the handle, got it back, finds Darnell. Nice step, hooks it into the corner. Diolos will try another 3. Again, no good, and an over-the-back foul on Baez. Harold Baez with his first personal. George, the 5'10 senior for Natrona County, brings them up, down 38-22. High post, Bertinoli. He'll drive, puts it up. Harsh rebounds. Harsh will take it up himself after Jackson stepped in to take the interception. Pulls up, decides why not. That is the 11th point. Harsh is 3 for 3 on threes in the game. 41-22. The drive, the forced shot won't go. Saved in bounds by George as he got his own miss. Bertinoli misses off the back iron. And again, Natrona County wins the battle. Here's Bertinoli for the layup. 5 for him. 41-24, Scottsbluff. 2:20 remaining. Diolos jumps it into the corner. Baez, a set shot for 3, misses everything. And the ball's off of Natrona County. Scottsbluff will have it. Back in is Quigg. It was 24-12 after the first quarter. Scottsbluff. And the ball fumbled away by Diolos. We near the 2-minute mark. George to Jackson. High post, Bertinoli. The little jump hook may have been tipped. It's saved in bounds. Here's the drive and the foul as Sorensen will go to the line. Sorensen took it to the contact. Knew he'd have a chance for free throws if nothing else here. Harsh will have his second personal. Sorensen with 4 points now in the game. He's 2 for 3. and 3 for 4. Diolos will draw pressure from Quigg. Now jumps it ahead into the forecourt, and it's going to be fumbled away by Scott, but he gets it back. Darnell, Baez, and Baez's pass is intercepted. Minute and a half to go. Jackson pulls up, 10-footer partially blocked, and Bertonoli will have the foul. That'll be the third on Jordan Bertonelli. And it will result in 1-and-1 free throw for Harold Baez. Hasn't scored. He's averaging 7.7 per contest. But if he's a little cold today, and he is hitting 32% of his threes, one of the better percentages for Scottsbluff outside the arc, Sebastian Harsh making up for it. He's 3 for 3 out there after coming in at 11% on three-pointers. So, yeah, he's making up lost ground. That one hops out after a couple of bounces. It was a two-shotter, not a 1-and-1, excuse me, because the 10th foul. So Baez has one more. Right at a minute 30 left here in the first half. Scottsbluff leading comfortably. This one goes in, so Baez gets his name in the score column. George across to Quigg. Quigg, only a sophomore. Jackson. Nice movement by Hoppins to get open. Tough turnarounder, though, won't go. And the rebound is off of Quentin Scott, so Natrona County has it. Offensive end. Baseline out of bounds played. George's pass tipped away, and here's Quentin Scott the other direction for the layup. So 5 points for him. Nice move and a foul against Scottsbluff. Let's see, Diolos will pick up this one. No, Baez will get it. That's his second with exactly a minute to go now. George, who had 6 first quarter points, steps up and drains the free throw. He has 7. He's 3 for 3. This one hops out, and Diolos has the rebound. Diolos takes it coast to coast for an easy 2. 16 points. Now Diolos knocks it away. Scramble, and Natrona County has it. They'll get the ball on ahead. Fumbled by Sorensen. He picks it back up. Now doubled, and a foul on Darnell. Jack Darnell will have his first. Comes with 40 seconds to go in the first half. Scottsbluff leading at 46-27 over a team that came in 3-1. They were 3-0 entering weekend play. Got beat by Casper Kelly Walsh last night. And the free throw will rim rattle home. Sorensen now with 6 points. He's 4 out of 5 in free throwing. And he gets the second one easily. So 7 points for him here in the half. Press on. Darnell to Diolos. Diolos to Darnell. Scott in the corner. Diolos, we're inside 30 seconds. Diolos dishes in the corner. Scott gets it again. That's 11 off the bench for Scott. Sorensen misses the pass, trying a wraparound there. Looked like probably a turnover or a layup coming, turned into a turnover, and now we're going to have Scottsbluff take a timeout with 12.8 seconds to go, leading 49-29 in this game. We'll keep it here. We'll have the break coming up and all kinds of scoring for you at halftime, but Scottsbluff girls winning 60-45. If you weren't with us for the earlier game, they even their record at 4-4. Scottsbluff boys at 3-4. Both teams last night did snap losing streaks. Scottsbluff girls had lost all 3 games at the Gillette tournament. Boys had also, plus they had lost the final of the Western Conference to Sterling, Colorado. So team a little bit different than some of the success that we've seen in the past for this team. But Scott Gillian thinking it's a work in progress. They'll be a different team, but they'll be okay. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Seacrest at 632-7561. Together, we'll go far. Well, Scottsbluff will have the ball with 12.8 seconds. They're expecting a press. Natrona County's been in one quite a bit, but they were late coming out of the timeout, so Diolos got it inbounded, takes it low, and it's knocked away. Scottsbluff with 7.8 seconds will inbound down on the baseline. McCracken is back in. Sometimes they set one up, try and screen away and get him the ball in the corner for a 3. We'll see. Ball comes to McCracken out on top instead. Hook it over to Moore, and he'll get the 3, his second. And there's the buzzer to end the half, and it is all Scottsbluff. A surprising turn of events here. It's Scottsbluff 52, Natrona County 29 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Welcome back. Chuck Swartz with you on the halftime show as it's all Scottsbluff right now, 52-29. Something you wouldn't have thought before the ball game, because I know Scott Gillian had a lot of worries about this game. He was impressed with the Natrona County boys and the start they had this year, but Scottsbluff very, very hot. Let's look at scoring in this one. We'll quickly recap. 4-0 Scottsbluff. They were up 8-1. Then there were some mini rallies back and forth. Natrona County cut it to 3 at 8-5. Scottsbluff scored the next 5 points. Then Natrona County for 4, but it was 13-9. Then 20-9 on a 7-0 run, and it was 24-12 at the quarter break. Scottsbluff ran out to a 31-14 lead, then 36-19, 41-22. Just some examples in that second quarter. Leading scorer for Natrona County at halftime, Cooper Quigg with 8 points. He has a 3, 2 twos, and he's 1 for 1 at the line. 7 points each, Jet George and Ryan Sorensen. George 3 out of 4 in free throwing with a couple of twos. Sorensen has made a 2-pointer and 5 of 6 free throws. 5 points for Jordan Bertinoli, a 2 and a 3. He's 0 for 2 at the line. And 2 points for Dante Wallace. Playing but not scoring, Ben Hoppins, Wills Jackson, and Isaac Spear. 8 have played, 5 have scored for Natrona County. For Scottsbluff, they've been led by Josiah Diolos with 16, all from the floor except 2 for 2 at the line. 11 points, Sebastian Harsh, 3 threes. He's 2 for 2 at the line. I don't believe he's missed a shot. 8 points for Quentin Scott, a couple of threes and a 2-pointer. 6 points, Dawson Moore on a pair of 3-pointers. 4 points each, Connor McCracken and Jack Darnell, both are 2 for 2 at the line with a 2-pointer. 2 points, Chance Parker. 1 point, Harold Baez. He's 1 for 2 at the line. And I believe that's it. Everybody who has played in the first half has scored for Scottsbluff. 8 have played, 8 have scored. We'll look at the teams in comparison when we come back. We took a look at the numbers with Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. It's Scottsbluff 52, Natrona County 29 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Welcome back to halftime. Chuck Swartz with you. Scottsbluff leading 52-29 over Natrona County at halftime. When we look at the numbers, they're brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. Let's look at the teams in comparison. 24-12 Scottsbluff in the first, 28-17 in the second to lead at 52-29. They took their biggest lead of the half with a second to go. 8 have played, 8 have scored for Scottsbluff. 8 have played, 5 have scored for Natrona County. Free throwing, Natrona County's 9 out of 13. Not too bad, but Scottsbluff 9 out of 10. 3-pointers, Scottsbluff has 7 in the first half compared to Natrona County's 2. 2-pointers, Scottsbluff has 11 buckets, Natrona County 7. Rebounds, 16-11, Scottsbluff. Turnovers, Natrona County has 13, Scottsbluff has 9. And in fouls, 10 on Natrona County, 3 on Bertinoli, 2 on Jackson, nobody else with more than 1. And 9 on Scottsbluff. Parker has 2, Baez has 2, and Harsh has 2. Nobody else more than 1. Scottsbluff out to shoot around. Natrona County making their appearance. We've got the third quarter coming up. It's 52-29 Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Some scores from the K&E-B's sports app. In girls' play, Sidney beat Alliance 50-29. Torrington over Wheatland 59-55 in girls' play. In boys' play, at halftime, Alliance is leading Sidney 30-4. Bridgeport ahead of southeast of Wyoming 36-10 in the fourth quarter of that one. So Scottsbluff will have the ball as we open play in the third quarter, leading it by 23, which has been their biggest margin. Darnell will take the pass. Parker in the corner, Bertinoli on him with 3 personals, remember. Darnell crosses to McCracken, hands to Harsh, now Diolos. Diolos, the alley-oop, and it was a little behind McCracken, the turnover against Scottsbluff. So Natrona County with the ball for the first time here in the third quarter. See if they can get things turned around. George, Sorensen, Bertinoli, now Jackson. Jackson has his pass taken away. Darnell, his second throwdown. And we're going to have over and back, or nope, just palming the ball called there by the official on the far side. So 54-29. Scottsbluff. We're going to see Wallace back in for the Mustangs of Natrona County. Diolos. And the ball's taken away from behind by George. George to the hoop. He lost the handle on it. Tipped over on the side. The shot won't go for Wallace. And here's Harsh with it. And a foul goes against Wallace, his second. So a couple of shots just wouldn't go for Natrona County, and that, in a nutshell, is the way things have gone for them today. Scottsbluff red hot. Dielos, McCracken. Harsh will try it again. This one rolls out. Bertinoli rebounds. Sorensen, nice pass down low. Can't get the shot off, and the ball will be saved, but Darnell comes up with it. Darnell, McCracken, layup. 6.5 minutes to go, 56-29, Scottsbluff, third quarter. Quigg, Bertinoli. Bertinoli lost the handle, picks it back up, turns it into a drive, and draws the foul. Opportunistic there as he took the ball after it was knocked free and turned it into an offensive play. McCracken has the foul, so he's in a bit of trouble. with 3. Free throw will go in, so Bertinoli with 6 points now, 1 out of 3 at the line. One more coming here for the 6'4" senior. And he gets both of them. So 56-31. Diolos in some trouble. Jumps it to McCracken, far side, down low to Parker. He fumbled it and then dribbled it on the baseline. 2 minutes and a second gone here in the quarter. Sorensen was about to inbound, then saw the pressure held up. Here's Quigg. He'll draw the foul. Cooper Quigg, the junior, averaging 15 points a ball game. He'll go to the line here. He's made his only free throw attempt in the game. He'll have 2 coming. Darnell picked up his second for Scottsbluff on that play. Quigg gets the first one, so 56-32. He has 9. Could become the first in double digits for Natrona County in the game. And he gets the friendly roll, so he has 10 now. Diolos will be doubled in the backcourt, goes behind the back, races into the forecourt with it, continuing to yo-yo the ball. Harsh will try it again. He'll get it to go. He's 4 out of 5 on threes in the game. And we're going to have a timeout by Natrona County. There's 5:35 to go in the game. And Scottsbluff 59-33. Scottsbluff hasn't scored in the 70s all season, which has been highly unusual for the prolific offenses they've had over the last few years. But with 59 and still 5:35 to go in the third, that's probably a foregone conclusion in this game. And Natrona County, looking at it from the other way, they've only given up 51 points a game. The high had been 67. That may be in danger here. It just shows how well Scottsbluff has shot it today. Natrona County will have the basketball. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Ball will come into Sorensen. Quigg. Good quickness. Goes high post with it, and it's knocked away, but it'll be a foul. And the foul will go against Parker. That's his third. Harsh was there also trying for the steal, but Parker picks it up. Third team foul on Scottsbluff in the quarter already. Bertinoli. Oh, easy pass in for the shot, but it won't go. Rebound taken off, and scoring will be George, and he'll be fouled. Nice entry pass to get George the look. Didn't get it to go, but it turned out in his favor. He got the offensive rebound and scored. And then Darnell picked up his third foul, his second in about half a minute. Won't go, and the rebound's out of bounds. It was touched by Natrona County. 5:19 to go, press on. Diolos with it here in third quarter action. 59-35 Scottsbluff. Diolos dumps it down low. McCracken out to Darnell. The 3 won't go. Parker rebounds. He'll get it to Diolos. Darnell near side. He'll back off. Give to McCracken. Harsh. One dribble gives it up. Darnell from the corner. He'll hit the 3. Or McCracken, excuse me. 62 points, and there's still 4:43 to go third quarter for Scottsbluff. Spear. Bertinoli misses the layup. Harsh has it. Here's Diolos. McCracken in the corner. Diolos tries the 3, but it's off the back iron, and Parker rebounds for Scottsbluff. Harsh has it. They'll set the offense. McCracken to Darnell. And a foul, as Darnell shows a pretty quick step. That will go against Quigg, his second. Only the second team foul. Now we're going to see Jace George, the 6'1 sophomore, in the game. I'm assuming Jet's younger brother for Natrona County. Scottsbluff has Dawson Moore in the game now. Diolos, Moore, he'll launch. It's too strong. McCracken rebounds. Diolos lost the handle on it, and we're going to have a jump ball called. Possession arrow will be in Natrona County's favor, so the 12th turnover against Scottsbluff. Natrona County has 16, if you're keeping track. Sorensen to Jet George. Now Jace George. Quigg. Nice first step. He takes it in. It was knocked away, recovered, but the shot won't go. Again, the drive. Spear can't get it to go. Jet George has it again. Boy, 3 offensive rebounds this trip. Swing it into the corner. Jet George has it rim out. Rebound taken off by Spear for 2. Drive. Diolos scores +1. Seems almost unfair that Natrona County had to battle to get finally the points. And Diolos just races to the other end and scores. Jet George with his second personal foul. And Diolos completes the 3-point play. He has 19 in the game, averages 13-3. 65-37, nearing 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Sorensen. Jet George. Off to Spear. He misses the 3. And Jace George misses. Jet George has it back. Can't get it to go. And Diolos on ahead to McCracken. He'll put it down for the 3rd time in the game. Stolen away by Harsh. Thrown right away, and Natrona County has it. Jet George will be fouled as he goes up for the shot. Diolos will pick up his first personal of the ball game. Going to make George earn these at the line rather than get the layup. Natrona County has worked the ball inside significantly better here in the third quarter. Just had trouble getting shots to go. George hits the free throw. He has 10 points. McCracken will come out for Scottsbluff. Let's see, Moore, Baez, Quentin Scott, Harsh, and Diolos. And the second free throw also by Jet George. He has 11. 67-39, Diolos. Scott. Diolos again comes into the paint, draws contact, can't get it to go, but he'll be at the line to shoot. And Jet George will have his 3rd foul. So Diolos, who is 3 for 3 at the line, has 19, will shoot a pair. McCracken has been the big scorer with 9 this quarter. He now has 13 in the game. Bounces around, hits all points of the compass, seemingly, and goes in for Diolos' 20th point. Wallace back in for Natrona County. Well, McCracken has 13, Diolos has 20, now 21, but Harsh has 14, Scott has 8 off the bench, Moore 6 off the bench, and it's 69 points up there, which is a season high for Scottsbluff. Bertinoli. 5-second count on. He'll get rid of it to Jackson. Jackson dumps it off. Here's Spear, and he'll get the 2-pointer. His second hoop of the quarter in the game. 69-41. Teams trading over the last couple of minutes. Harsh, Scott, high arching 3, rims out, but Diolos has the rebound. Harsh Pass was anticipated well by Wallace. He'll race to the other end and lay it in. Wallace has 4 points following the 14th turnover by Scottsbluff. Moore. Diolos, block right, spins inside and scores easily. He has 23-7 this quarter. Wide open, Bertinoli gets his 2 points. He's at 9 in the game now. Minute 10, 71-45. Drive by Scott, he'll give it to Baez and he'll hit. His first fielder, his 3rd point. Jackson, Jace George, Bertinoli. Bertinoli misses, Diolos rebounds. And he'll give it to Moore, and he has 8. Jackson called, nope, they did call it. It was just a delayed call, didn't get the whistle, but the hand had gone up, indicating violation, as a carry will be called, and Scottsbluff has it back with 38.8 seconds. Or I say 30.8 seconds. In the game, DeMarco Ayala, the 5'7" senior, for the first time for Scottsbluff. Now Baez. Baez takes it into the paint and scores. A new season high for Scottsbluff of 77. 10 seconds. Bertinoli. Nice pass to Wallace. Misses. Tipped up. No. Jackson. Back to Wallace. And the buzzer will sound before they can get the shot away. So Scottsbluff putting up 25 points in the quarter. 16 for Natrona County, not a bad number usually, but it's Scottsbluff 77, Natrona County 45 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Fourth quarter has started. Scottsbluff has the ball. Moore feeds into the middle and a lot of traffic on Parker. He'll get it out to Baez. He'll hit the 3-pointer. He has 8 in the game now. 80-45. Jet George quickly off to Sorensen, and he'll bury the 3. First points this half. He has 10 in the game now. Moore with it. And it's turned over. Get it off on the side. The off-balance shot won't go for Quigg, but we'll have a foul. And this will go against Dawson Moore. Moore with his second personal foul. So at the line, Jet George to shoot the free throws. He's now with 12 points after he hits that one. He was 3 of 4 at halftime. He's 3 of 4 this half in free throwing. Averages 8.7. He has a dozen. Make it 13. Moore will get some pressure. Still in the backcourt. Now has it across. Baez flips it into the corner to Quentin Scott. He'll bury another 3. He's in doubles with 11. Intercepted by Baez. Baez brings him to the hoop, and it goes in. So he has 5 in the last few seconds, now 10 in the game. Wallace, Jet George, and George will be fouled. It'll be Parker, and he'll have his 4th. So Jet George has shown a propensity to get to the line here. He's made his last 5 in a row now in the ball game. 8 of 10 in the ball game with 1 more coming. And he's 9 out of 11. DeMarco Ayala to Moore. Scott down to Baez. He'll lay it in. Baez signaled he was open. Scott found him. Sorensen, Quigg, free throw line jumper comes up short, and it's out of bounds off of Natrona County. Scottsbluff against pressure. Baez will get it to Scott. Now Moore. He'll set up. 3-pointers off the back iron, and it's off of Parker out of bounds, so Natrona County will get it. Shot misses, and Moore has the rebound. Baez shovels it. Ayala will hit the 3. When it's raining 3s, anybody can hit, right? Well, at the other end, Quigg has it roll all the way around and come out. Baez loses the handle on it, gets it back, and double dribble will be called. .535 remains. Isaac Spear, a sophomore for Natrona County, in. Bertinoli comes back in. He had 3 fouls at halftime, still with 3. Jet George to inbound. And Bertinoli scores and is fouled. So he's into double digits with 11. 15 for Jet George, 10 for Sorensen in the game. Quigg has 10, so they've balanced it out pretty well. It's just Scottsbluff has 90 points up. Foul was on Scottsbluff. I didn't see that they put it up. I was totaling the numbers for Natrona County there. I think a couple of subs to come in here. Yeah, Parker will come out with his 4th personal. Darnell is in. 90-55. Bertinoli with 12 points now, adding to those Natrona County numbers. Here's Baez, misses, gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Darnell. Scott, Moore, swing it into the corner. Ayala, this one comes up empty. Bertinoli rebounds for Natrona County. Spear drives. Off glass, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped out, and it's Natrona County with it as Wilson Jackson. And now a 3-pointer by Jet George. He's nearing 20 in the game. 90-58, Scottsbluff. 3 minutes gone in the quarter, plus a little. Dump it down low to Moore. Moore kicks it outside. Baez sets up, but can't get the 3 to go. Bertinoli has it, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Scottsbluff. 4:38 remains. Scottsbluff won the girls' game 60-45. Jet George. Now Spear with it. It bounces around and goes in. He has half a dozen. 90-60. Baez into the corner to Scott. It's off iron. Rebound taken by Jackson. Jackson leads him down and draws the foul and crashes hard for his efforts. Baez will pick up personal number 3. Jackson, looking for his first points of the game, will have a couple of free throws here due to the foul. First one won't go. One more coming for the junior. And he gets the second, so he gets his name in the book. Moore. And he'll hit the 10-footer. He's in doubles with 10. Stolen away. And the reverse layup is blocked. Baez has it. Here's Scott. He'll lose the handle on it. Scramble for it, and a turnover ultimately against Scottsbluff. Nearly caught Jet George napping, but he recovered in time to get it. Now Bertinoli. Bertinoli's pass knocked away. Here's Baez, and he'll get the finger roll to go. 14 for Harold in the game. He came in averaging 7-7. Bertinoli. And we're going to have a foul against Bertinoli. That's his 4th. First since a minute and a half to go in the second quarter, however. So he's done a nice job there. Parker in, Darnell out for Scottsbluff. We are going to see Harrison Taubert, a sophomore, come in for Natrona County. Ryan Swan, also a sophomore, is in. Looks like Kobe Kelly, a sophomore. Spears out there also, along with Chase George. Moore banks it home. A dozen for him. That's a little over double. The average is 6. Little weave. Here's the drive by Spear. It won't go. Ball's knocked around down low, and again, Natrona County wins the battle. Taubert dishes it. Chase George. Kelly puts it in. Kobe Kelly with his first 2. Dawson Moore handles it across. Dishes, was behind Parker on the pass, and the turnover against Scottsbluff. 2:07 to go. 96-63. Will Scottsbluff hit the century mark? Kelly with it. Taubert, Kelly in the paint, and a foul. That'll be Ayala picking up his first. Pace of the game slowing with all of the fouls now, but when you look at the combined 159 points, now 160 on the friendly roll for Kelly. There's been a bunch of up and down in this one. Rolls around and stays in for Kelly. He's got 4. 96-65. Baez trying to feed low, and Parker wasn't anticipating it to be that close to the baseline. Minute 50 to go. Kelly to Jace George. Spear. Nice drop step for 2. Isaac Spear has 8. Scottsbluff stuck on that 96. We're at a minute and a half. Baez to Ayala. Ayala can't get it to go, and the ball tipped around. Natrona County has it. Taubert loses it, though, on the turnover, and they get it down to Moore. He'll lay it in. So 98. Kelly. Swan gives it back to Kelly. Jace George in the corner. Spear. He'll launch a 3. It bounces off. Parker rebounds for Scottsbluff. Inside a minute to go. Moore gives to Ayala on the weave. Ayala drives low, draws the foul. That goes against Jet George, his 4th. Excuse me, they did not call that on Jet George. He wouldn't be out there. That's Taubert with his 1st. Well, 99 as Ayala hits the the free throw after having a 3-pointer earlier in the quarter. And 100 as he gets the 2 free throws to go. From the corner, the 3 bounces off by Swan. Here's the drive by Spear, changes hands on the way up and puts it in for his 10th point. 25 seconds, it's 100-69. Baez, Scott. Moore. Moore trying to clear some space. Now Scott with it. Looks like they'll not go for a shot unless there's a layup. Nope, that'll be it. They'll just hold on to it. And the worst scoring quarter for Scottsbluff of the game, the 4th. 23 points as they end up putting up 100 in the ball game. Natrona County outscores them in the 4th, but it's all Scottsbluff. Stay tuned. Post-game coming with all of the scoring, and it might overheat the calculator, but we'll see. Our final score, Scottsbluff 100, Natrona County 69 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you. Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you. Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com. Welcome back to the Runza post-game show as
Scottsbluff led early, 4-0, 8-1. It was cut to 8-5, but at the quarter, 24-12, and the writing was on the wall, 28-17 in the second quarter, Third quarter, 25-16, Scottsbluff leading at 77-45. And in the fourth quarter, Natrona County outscored Scottsbluff 24-23, but Scottsbluff hit the century mark for the first time this year. Let's look at the scoring. Of course, when we do, it's brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. 5 men in double figures for Natrona County in this ball game, led by Jet George with 18. He was 9 of 11 from the line and had a three-pointer. 12 points, Jordan Bertinoli. He also had a three-pointer. He was 3 for 5 at the line. And 10 points for Isaac Spear. Cooper Quigg also with 10. He had a 3 and was 3 for 3 at the line. And 10 for Ryan Sorensen. He was 5 for 6 at the line with a three-pointer. Then it was 4 points for Kobe Kelly, 2 for 2 at the line with a fielder. Dante Wallace also had 4. 1 for Wills Jackson. He was 1 for 2 at the line, playing but not scoring. Ben Hoppins, Harrison Taubert, Ryan Swan in the game for Natrona County. Looking at Scottsbluff scoring, and it was well distributed as they ended up with 6 in doubles, led by Josiah Diolos with 23, 5 for 5 at the line. 14 points, Harold Baez. He had a three-pointer, 1 for 2 at the line. 14 for Dawson Moore, a couple of threes for him. 13 for Connor McCracken, 2 for 2 at the line with a three-pointer. 3 thunderous dunks in the ball game. Sebastian Harsh, 14. He was 2 for 2 at the line with 4 threes. Quentin Scott had 11, 3 threes and a 2. Then it was 5 points for DeMarco Ayala, a 3 and 2 for 2 at the line, as Scottsbluff ended up 14 of 15 in free throwing in this ball game. And let's see, 4 points for Jack Darnell, 2 for 2 at the line, 2 for Chance Parker. And that was it. 9 played and 9 scored in the game for Scottsbluff. We'll look at the teams in comparison when we come back. And we've still got the player of the game to give you as the Runza post-game show continues. It was Scottsbluff 100.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Welcome back as getting things totaled here on the comparison for the two teams. And for the difference in scoring, you might think this would be a little unusual. But we were pretty similar in a lot of categories here. Let's take a quick look. As just got the foul total there. 9 played, 9 scored for Scottsbluff. 11 played, 8 scored for Natrona County. Free throwing, Natrona County was 23 of 29 in the ball game. Scottsbluff 14 of 15. 3-pointers, huge difference here, 12-4. Scottsbluff with the advantage. 2-pointers, Scottsbluff had 25 twos Natrona County had 17. Rebounding very even. Natrona County had 30, Scottsbluff 29. Turnovers, 19 on Scottsbluff, 23 on Natrona County. And in fouls, Scottsbluff had 19, while Natrona County had 16 in the ball game. Again, when we look at the player of the game, a lot of times we have a Josiah Deolos, a Sebastian Harsh, Connor McCracken. Tonight we're going to go with Quentin Scott off the bench. He had 11, 3 threes and a 2, as Scottsbluff had 3, 4, 5 different players hit three-pointers in this ball game. They were just raining threes for a long time. So our player of the game, brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game, and it will be Quentin Scott named as our player of the game tonight. Well, that's going to take care of the ball games for us here today from Scottsbluff High School. We do appreciate your being along with us. Speaking for producer-engineer TJ Albright, our scoreboard operator, Beretta Coates, Olivia Albright, and Kristen Klaus on the cameras tonight, I'm Chuck Swartz. Thanking you for watching. Wishing you a good evening. Reminding you again our final scores. Scottsbluff girls won 60-45, and the Scottsbluff boys won 100-69.